Such a classic melody. 1, 2, 3, you know the word, so sing along with me. 1, 2, 3, my machines shining through the silver screen. 1, 2, 3, don't you think physically ought to be? Just another day for you kids away, love hand in hand with me. Just another day, it's just another day, just another day, just another day. 1, 2, 3, what's the nicest thing you see? It's me.
I like this song, but I get copyrighted hard. Hold on.
Jump like it's attached, but I feel hard. Who can blame me for that? When I knew right from the jump it was a perfect match. Thought I learned my lesson, started playing by the book. All that self-improvement, now the window with one look. Look me in the eye, hold me close, just once a night. Watching hours passing by, I know what the rest of the money lies. So do you think I'm just desperate when I'm down on my luck? Or do you know that I'm obsessed with how it feels when we fall? I think I'm addicted to love. All of these things, self-inflicted, body beats like I love. Oh, I think I'm addicted, I just can't get enough. I wanna break it, so predicted, but it feels so off the cuff. And I know that it's a waste of time, but I can't survive without the high. So I think I'm addicted to the way that we touch. So like I lost a touch, keep begging you for one more little buzz. You got me messed up, in my bed, overthinking every single word you said. Cause I'm too invested, I feel possessed. Am I crazy for wanting us to be mutually obsessed? Look me in the eyes, do you need me to survive? Anything to make you mine. If thinking I was worthy of your love.
いつか淡い気持ちは隠してきた僕の本当の心鍵かけて誰も知らない場所へ駆け出して歌うよ最初で最後の実験心にしっかり染みついたこの寂しさのかけら一つだけ明日の調子はどうですかって聞かれても何にも答えらんないさ僕らは今日だってちょっと無理して笑って見せてまだ待ってる生きる意味をただたった今日も探すよサイエンスみたいにさっぱりサラサラ散々な毎日だろうとグラスこの反応存在証明見つけたい赤いらないなんて言わないでくれよ必死に生きてるこの世界今誰も知らない出入りを見つけてこの寂しさにお別れを少しの眠れない夜にこの魔法がほのかに灯るなら未だそんなに悪くないで笑える時まで今日も気持ちがこみ上げても今日も本当の心鍵かけた言葉じゃわからんことばかりそして世界は理不尽だらけでした明日の天気を予想できるようにこの心模様さえも分かればどれだけ楽になれるかなって今日も探求ずっと探すよサイエンスみたいに光キリキリ痛むけどいつかこの辛さが糧になるから証明したいの将来を赤いは一つじゃないかもしれんな必死に歩いてたら正解今誰も知らない答えを見つけてこの寂しさを抱きしめたい少しの温度が夜に待って空の果てまで届いてほしくて昨日の焦燥感もさ今は波の向こうにあるんだ今日も探すよサイエンスみたいにさっぱりサラサラ散々な毎日だろうとグラスこの反応存在証明見つけたい赤いがないなんて言わないでくれよ必死に生きてるこの世界今誰も知らない
Alright! How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Beatbox? Alright, whatever. How you guys doing, chat? How you guys doing? Long time to see, long time to see. Oh my god. Okay, I'll be honest. It's been like actually like a week and a half, right? It's been like actually a week and a half since I've talked to you guys. I miss you guys. How you guys doing? I'm sorry, I haven't been streaming, I haven't been talking to you guys. I know how much you guys absolutely adore me, okay? I'm sorry I haven't been there for you guys, okay? Apologies. I've been pretty busy with, like, school, and now that I have, like, I have, like, a JOB chat. I have a JLP, I'm E-worded. I'm E-word-ployed, okay? So, like, I've been kind of trying to, like, get my body and, like, you know, I've just been trying to figure out how much energy I have after work in order to do stuff, you know? And surprisingly, because of W-word, I've been actually pretty productive, okay? I haven't been, like, I haven't had, like, any time to game. The only thing I've been doing on my computer is probably just, like, videos, so which is really fun, okay? But a chat, how's life? How's life, alright? How are you guys doing? Alright, is multi-chat working? It is working, okay. I'm gonna catch up with some chats here. I have rabies. Honestly, that explains you spamming my Discord. Do that shit again, I'm timing you out for another month. Alright? My Discord, I am king on Discord, okay? I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. That was an Ultra Kill reference. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, okay? I am setting an example through you, Aviation, or whoever I timed out. But I don't know. Was it you? I forgot. You have rabies. Okay, anyways, he used to walk... Okay, hold on. Is there anything else I missed? Hold on. Wow, there's like... Oh shit! Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Wait, who followed me? Who the fuck just followed me? Who just followed me? Who just followed me? Who just followed me? Ches2323. Oh, wait, you're on YouTube. Okay, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Typhlosion. Okay. Okay, whatever. Let me see. My dog won't stop biting me. He used to walk. Okay. Damn, broski. Check if you didn't just have a mini stroke. Okay, whatever. I have rabies. I completed no Wordle yesterday. Whoa, I'm here before Lemoyne. I know! By the way, welcome in, Saint. Piano. Hey, Saint. Hey, Piano. Get a load of this guy. What's wrong with me? I'm great, okay? Boo, tomato. Lucky for you, I like tomatoes, okay? Tomatoes, did you know that there's like a chemical compound in tomatoes that is the same structure as MSG? It's the same structure. So like if you don't like tomatoes, you don't like taste, you don't like a flavor. That's just how it works. Hello, sir, skibbity pilled maxer. Okay, Jay, honestly, if you look at the description of all my videos, there's some sort of brain rot in there. I hope you know that. There's some sort of brain rot sentence in my description. I don't even try to hide it. It's the first thing I say even before, like, my links to stuff. Yo, this guy, tut bucko lock-in streamer. I am locked in, okay? And this is me trying to talk to you guys, okay? Like a very good, appreciative, interactive streamer. Wait, shit, let me join. I need another server for my pile. Ooh, alright. Yeah, exclamation point Discord if you're on Twitch, I think you are, but it's also in the description of the stream. So there you go. Hi, I'm here, I'm Ches. Why did he burp? I always burp, alright? Oh yeah, by the way, whoever's like new to stream, I don't, how do I say this? I don't talk or act the way I do in videos. So, this is gonna be a very jarring stream. So if you're expecting a very comfort streamer, let me just, uncomfort you guys here real quick, okay? Let me just make you as uncomfortable as possible. So, chat, it was my birthday. You know what that means. You know what that means. Oh, hold on. You already know what time it is, really? Where is it? Oh, wait, fuck, that's the wrong part. Is this the part? This is the part. You know what, chat? I also have an air horn. I don't know if I should play it, but I'm gonna. Oh my god! Ow! That was like right in my ear. I'm gonna do it again. Ah! Okay, I'm done. Yeah, no, that hurt. I'm in an apartment complex. I should not even be like doing that right now. All right, I unplugged it. I'm never doing that shit again. That hurt me. I like drum, dude. I like drum. Okay, that's crazy. That hurt my ears, and like my ears are already fucked. Okay, and I have like earphones on. I can only imagine how that went with your ears. I like slightly apologize. Again, get in trouble. I'm not gonna get in trouble for this, chat. I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. All right, I'm gonna go back. All right. The kazoo will always be here for the entirety of the stream. Okay? It will be here for the entirety of the stream. My most hated uncomfort streamer. There you go. That's the vibes I'm going for, Hack. That's the vibes I'm going for. Car horn. I don't even know how loud it was, chat. I don't even know. Wait, chat. The way I place the kazoo, it's not even like it's not even like on my mouth when I talk. Wait, hold on. I'm sure you guys can already put two and two together, but I was quite the kazoo expert in my middle school years. Here, watch this shit. Give me something. Give me something. Let me go. Let me. One could say I did Undertale covers on the kazoo. No further questions will be will be answered after that. This is perfect. This is perfect. Nope! I canceled Sans, you fat fuck! Hold on! I'll do it in a second. That was for something else. Ben. This is my birthday stream. Let me do what I want to do first, chat. I'll acknowledge you guys in a second. I got 3 kazoos, chat. I got 3 kazoos. Hold on. I'm 3D printing them as we speak. You know that meme with the hot dogs in like Freeren's mouth? That's like me right now, but with like 5 kazoos in my mouth. Alright, that's my birthday present to myself on stream. Alright, I'm back. I'm gonna catch up with everyone here. Hi, Tem. Welcome in, Tem. Welcome in. Actually, I haven't said hi to, like, everyone here. 15 viewers. That's fucking crazy. I didn't realize people like me this much. Let me see. Maniac's in here. Welcome in. Evo, Sierra, Brother AV. I think I saw you here a couple of seconds ago, or, like, a while back, but welcome in. Equal says, welcome in, welcome in. Let me see. Brother? Oh, okay. Ben, welcome in. Jay the Stupid, welcome in. Dory? I think I called you just Dory. Shiver on YouTube. Welcome in. Hold on. Saint, welcome in. Okay, I'm sure I missed a bunch of other people, but I'll get to you guys in just a second. So the reason why, again, I was absent for basically a week and a half was because I was trying to get used to my work schedule with contrast to, like, my gym schedule, because I'm still trying to be a big boy, alright? I like bodybuilding, okay? I'm trying to help my mother, too, because her competition's in, like, literally a week, so I'm, like, taking videos of her, helping her with her social media, helping her with, like, form for, like, workouts. So, like, apologies there, but I am here. Hopefully I'm able to be a little bit more consistent, moving forward. If not, apologies. But, yeah. A little bit of what I did. Okay, so a little bit on my birthday, I got my ears pierced, and I got a tattoo, baby. I got a tattoo, baby! I got a tattoo! I got a tattoo. Let me see if I can whip it out real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can whip it out. Please hold, please hold. So, the person that actually gave me the art is someone in chat. It was someone in chat. Their name is a quick C, but I just call them Equal, okay? This is what I got. This is what I got right here. Oh, you guys don't see it. My fat ass is in the way. Hold on. I got this bad boy. I got this bad boy on the back of my ear, like maybe a 3/4 or an inch big, like wide, right behind my ear. And then I got a couple piercings as well. Let me see if I can whip those out too. So I can't show you guys my actual ear because I don't know how much you guys would use that for gooning material. I don't trust a single one of you guys, to be totally honest. But let me see if I can get it out real quick. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Any new viewers, welcome in. Blah. Bro, I know I messaged Equal the peer. Okay, so chat, this is not my ear. You guys cannot go crazy with it, okay? This is my dad's ear, okay? But this is the piercing that I got, okay? These are the piercings that I got. It's like in my ear. There's 3 of them. They are so fucking cool. They are so cool, okay? These, oh god, I feel so hot every time I go outside and I know these are like on my ear, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. It's so fun. Whoever's like on the fence on getting like piercings or getting a tattoo, holy shit, dude. It is so fun. It's like slightly painful, okay? It's like slightly painful where I got it because it's like right next to the skull. It's right next to the bone. But aside from that, it was really fun. It was really fun to get it. So if like you're considering it, definitely get it. Because I'm probably going to get one in the next like month and a half. I want to get another tat, chat. I want to get another tat. If anyone has any examples or anything that they think I'd be interested in, by all means, just send it to me on the Discord or something. Get tattoos, guys. Hell yeah. I'm all for tattoos, okay? First of all, I'm not living in Japan, all right? I'm a full-blooded, oil-loving American. I'm whipping those, whipping those tats out, and I'm just gonna flail around in Japan, all right? I don't really care. It's like, I know there's some people that are like super iffy about tattoos, and that's fine, right? Like, I'm sure everyone has their own opinions on tattoos, but me personally, I like them. I like them. I don't really think the stigma of tattoos is really there, in my opinion, because there are some cool guys, and those guys are like fucking tatted out, you know? Like, I try not to judge a book by its cover, especially with tattoos, so. Let me see. Piss boy. Is it Frit? Pain is temporary. Swag is forever. That's exactly what I'm going for, Shiver. Dap me up, brother. Dap me up. Dap me up. Lemmy, you're so cool. Please don't get tinnitus. Tinnitus is the rust one, right? Because, no, tinnitus is the... Tetanus, right? Tetanus is the rust one. What's tinnitus? I have tinnitus. I was in drumline, so, like, my ears are fucked. I'm gonna be like Horton Hears a Who with, like, that weird, like, trumpet going into the ear so I can listen to the, like, that little flower thing. But what the hell is coming into the stream and hearing him yap about guns or something? Guns? Am I talking about guns? What's happening? Oh, we're not there yet, chat. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're going to get there very soon, okay? We're going to get there very soon. Alright, anyways. Welcome in, imaginary friend. What the hell is happening? I just joined in. I am just kind of yapping right now, trying to catch up with chat because I've been gone for a week and a half. But other than that, we'll probably... It's also my birthday stream. My birthday was, like, October 6th. But, I'm celebrating it now that I'm able to, like, celebrate with you guys, so... You're welcome. No, I'm kidding. Welcome in, Fred. Welcome in. But it's... Yeah, I'm just catching up with chat. I'm sure it'll be done in a second. Aviation. Lemon. What's up? What's up? What's up? Just send a cool tattoo thing in general. Yeah, I'd be down. Lem, you're so cool. Please don't get to... Okay, I already heard that. Hey, Lemon. What's up? What's up? What's up? You have 2 accounts? I just realized. Alright, I'm gonna go before I get into trouble. See you later, maybe. Alright, take care, brother. Take care. I'm trying to catch up with old chats. I'm not used to talking to so many people. Apologies, chat. Apologies. Fat-ass Lemon. I love Lemoyne. Alright. I didn't spike your drink with anything, I swear. 100% lying. What'd you spike it with? Oh my god. Wait, hold on. You didn't even spike it with the good shit. This is gonna knock me out in 3 hours. Fucking bitch. At least, if you're gonna spike my drink, at least make it so I pass out in, like, 45 minutes. Come on. Like, at least give me time to party, not remember anything for, like, a good 15, and then I pass out, okay? That is a good spiked drink. No, I'm kidding. Kind of. Top, tomato boy, start reading. I'm gonna get there, and I'm not gonna read. I actually prepped things before stream, okay? I actually prepped a really fun presentation that hopefully you guys start enjoying, okay? Spiked with piss. It's not spiked with piss, it's spiked with... What is this today? I forgot. I just kind of spin a bottle and then the bottle goes into the drink, okay? Alright. But, did anything happen to you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Lamau bro can't read. Chop, tomato boy, start reading. I'm getting there! Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, Jesus Christ. It's like cold water. Oh, it's like cold water being splashed into my face at 5 in the morning. This energy is so much for me in these late hours. I am so sorry. I as much as I try to tone it down for like certain viewers, I'll be honest, it's really difficult for me too. I am the worst comfort streamer in the entire world. So like apologies if I am loud. If that does deter you, I totally understand. I will try to be quiet, but I will make no such promises. Why don't we just kill him? Okay. Well, apparently I'm like a hella old, so I'm probably already like turning into dust like that one villain from Tangled, okay? I'll put more mayonnaise into your drink. Would you guys believe me if I said I put mayonnaise in a cocktail before? He is an uncomfort streamer. Exactly, that's what but I'm the best uncomfort streamer. Alright, that's what I thought. Alright, everyone goes here to remember how hard their life is, okay? That's why people stick around and watch my streams. They're like, wow, there's no way my life can get as bad as Lemoyne's. I'm funny. Let me see. Lemon, can you play a little tune on your kazoo? Yes I can. I got you. can't go that low with the kazoo. I'm sure I already said this, but like, I already said this, but in middle school, I was that guy with the kazoo, okay? I was that guy with the kazoo. I was that guy with the kazoo, okay? Hold on. The layers of this Twitch, it's okay. Good night, friend. Alright, take care. It's too late. Okay, I'll stop. Hey, in my defense, someone asked me to kazoo out, so I just kazooed out. Okay, in my defense, you guys asked me to. Okay, I am probably going to start. Alright, chat. For people that have, okay, actually, let me go to a non-copyright, because I don't want this. Ignore that. Hold on, let me go back to a not copyrighted playlist. Please hold, chat, please hold. Lmao setting notes. Give me a second, chat, give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna wait like a couple seconds, so the, what is it? I feel so Sigma and oh wait, channel points for kazoo covers. I was gonna actually make that later. I got home late because I got the air horn. Yeah, I was late to stream because I rushed to Walmart to get the air horn just for that little bit that I'm never gonna do again because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a noise complaint, so I'm not gonna do that again. Alright, chat, do you guys think this is enough time for the copyright not to copyright me anymore? Do you guys think this is enough time? Let's give it like a couple more seconds. I'm gonna catch up with chats here. Yo! I just saw someone followed on YouTube. I can't say that. I can't say that name. ICH. I'm gonna just say Itchy. Itchy, thank you for the follow. If you're in here, I'd love to talk to you, man. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me see. Rouse smoking on a blunt, but it's Lemoyne with a kazoo. I'd be so down with that. Oh my god, wait, kazoo fan art would actually go so hard, dude. It's not like a, but like, I'm not asking, but like, do you guys think it'd be cool? Do you guys think it'd be cool? It'd be cool if I, like, got art, like, fan art. If I got more fan art, chat. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, but that's just a joke, though. That's just a joke, though. That's a joke, though. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. But anyways, okay, I think that should be enough time. This is also the wrong starting. Where is it again? This is not the right screen focus. Yeah, that's the transition I wanted 100%. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to start now, chat. I might make this into a video, so I'm going to kind of half ignore you guys real quick. All right. So, for people that have been watching me play the game, you guys should know that I have not looked up a single video related to lore. This is one of the first videos I played, like, super late to the party. Like, literally the first playthrough, the first, like, introduction to this game ever was, I think it was, like, not even 2 months ago. It was, like, 3.5 to 4 months ago. That was the first time I was introduced to this game, and I had no information about it. I didn't even know it was a game that existed. And now that I've beaten the entire game, I've looked up I think I found all of the lore stuff on my own, hopefully. Yes, before anyone asks, yes, I did see that Gutterman book. I did find it. I don't know where or when I found it, but I did find it. Just take my word for it. I also know about the syphilis. Data entry that you can only get from opening up an unlisted video. So I think I am ready to start trying to figure out the lore on my own, and maybe I'm right. Maybe you guys can make fun of me if I'm wrong. But other than that, can you burp while playing the kazoo? Let's find out. Let's find... No? It's hard because you have to, like, hum, and you can't really hum when you're burp. Maybe you can hum if you're burping. Hold on. Nope. Nope, you can't. You can't hum while burping. You can't. It's like peeing while swimming. It's impossible. Try it if no one has tried it. Okay, so. Bro became a shulker. Speaking of Minecraft. Speaking of Minecraft, I've been itching to play Minecraft. Okay, anyways, chat, without further ado, let's get this party started. Man, it's like a party in here. Alright, let's get it. Any of viewers, welcome in. By the way, feel free to tell me if I'm right or wrong, but try not to spoil. All right, here we go. Wait, hold on. This is not even the right one, chat. This is not even the right one. Hold on. Projector screen.
Transition.
Wrong one.
Transition.
All right, chat. All right, it's time. I made a whole PowerPoint on this. I thought it'd be really fun. To, like, maybe do something a little bit new, you know, chat? Just do something a little bit different compared to what I've done in the past, okay? Yeah, we'll get to it. I'm sure the slides will be pretty self-explanatory. If I'm in the way, if Fat-Ass Lemoyne is in the way of the screen, by all means, please just tell me and I will move myself out. But other than that, I think it's time. Chat. Okay. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I don't have... Oh, wait, hold on, chat. Let me change it so it's multi-chat. I forgot I don't have multi-chat on here, sorry. Hold on, YouTube, you're being neglected right now. Multi-chat. Is this a good spot for y'all? I think it is. I think this is a good spot. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's a good spot. Fuck it. And let's turn off this... Oh, no. Keep that on. And then... Is it stream add-ons? No. What the fuck is this? I don't even know why... Okay, whatever. You know what? The other chat on the right side of the screen is gonna stay, okay? Yo! What? How's it going, Ops? Long time no talk. Long time no chat. Alright, anyways. Welcome in, Mobs. Welcome in. Oh, Jay says, lol. Okay, cool. Bro's the burpinator. I'm going to be burping quite often. Alright, cool. Let's get this party started. Fuck it, chat. I've said this so many times. We're just going to go right into it. By the way, chat, I have not rehearsed this in any way, shape, or form. So this probably will turn into a shit show. Alright, let's go. Alright. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for? The very much requested Ultra Kill stream where I try to lore dump and theory craft is going to be starting. Miku Prime and Tedo Prime. Yup. I don't know if they're in here, but I'm sure they'll say their name if they're in chat to claim credit to the art, but someone in my Discord did make that, and it's awesome. Anyways, yes, this is going to be the stream where I try to lore and theory craft without any external information. The only time that I did search up information was like for combat techs. I think the only one I searched was about conduction, how to ride rockets, and to coin punch. Those are the only videos I watched. I've watched nothing lore related. Everything that I say here is going to be what, like, my interpretations based off my first playthrough. P ranking, Act 1 and 2, and Act 3, like part of Act 3, obviously. Alright, let's get started. Let's get this party started. I'm gonna move myself a little more. Oh, and it's also my birthday. Alright! Table of contents, chat. Table of contents. Alright, table of contents. The first thing that we're going to go through is going to go through the general timeline. That's going to be consisting of the terminals, God's Notes. I think I called them God's Notes. What the fuck is wrong with this? Oh, I know what's wrong. I know why the format's wrong. You'll see it, okay? You'll see why the format's weird. Just hold on. So we're first going to go through the terminals, the secret terminals, because I think those are really important to the actual lore that's given to us. Then we're going to go quickly through the Prime Notes, or the Prime Sanctum Notes, because those are slightly important to what I think is a very... Okay, The prime notes are actually super important, but it's going to be later in the PowerPoint, okay? Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lemoyne, why do you have an Indulgence Craven cameo shader? Oh, it's because I got it from them. If you're talking about, like, the projector, it's because I got the idea from them. But yeah. Yo, thank you for the 500 bits. I appreciate it, man. Ops! Man, I fucking missed you. not because of just that reason or anything. Anyways, alright, so, and then, machines are also super important to the timeline. There's actually, like, layer 7's basically just talking about machines and humanity. So there is going to be a slide just dedicated to them. And then finally, we're going to be going through the timeline creation, or what I think happened. The actual events. Yo, thank you for the 550 bits. Again, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Jade is Stupid just followed as well on Twitch. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I say this to new followers. Exclamation point Discord.
It's edging me so hard.
Yeah, that's the alert. I say this to new followers. Exclamation point Discord if you're interested in talking to me more or just talking to people in my chat. But yeah. Okay, back. Wahoo. All right, cool. Let me see. And then after that, I wanted to go through a couple areas of interests. Specifically in characters. I didn't get to go through, like levels, because there are levels that I think are super important to the timeline, but I don't think I put them here. But if anything, I'll start, like, writing on the timeline that I made right here, okay? Yeah, the characters that I'll be going over are going to be all over here. God, V1 Gabriel, V2 Minos, and Sisyphus. I said syphilis again. Okay, I'm just gonna call him syphilis for the rest of the stream. Yeah. So I think all of those characters are super important. And then after that, I'm going to go through the music because I think it's somewhat... There are certain connections that I think are lore... that have some sort of lore importance, but I don't want to spoil it right now. We'll get to there a little bit in the video. Any questions, chat? Any questions for the teacher? Any questions? Raise a hands, chat. Raise a hands. Anyone have any questions on what we'll be going over, the material for this stream, chat? Anyone have any questions? Please make a Minos video soon about the music. I'm actually making a video on Minos later. I made a script at the gym. Okay, no. I talk about Minos, and it kind of teases at the video. I'm not going to even say anything. You're just going to have to wait, Maniac, okay? I promise. Are you ballin'? I am baller. I'm baller, okay? Question. Answer. Phrasin or Orthans. What's your question? I got you, brother. No, Professor Lemoyne. Lemoyne's my dad's name. Just call me Lamau. Or Lem. At Lemoyne Lamau, are you Wait, hold on. No, it's just the class. It's just the class that, I took, You'll see why it's formatted like this in just a second. My ball hurts. Try raising it a little bit. That's not a joke. Trust me, I have the same issue. Anyway. Okay. But no, I just took the class. I'm not certified yet. I haven't gotten my certification yet. It takes, like, you need, like, 69 years of, like, tutelage, and then, like, 6-7 of just, like, of, like, some sort of, like, internship experience. It's so dumb. It's not worth getting your certificate, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I only took the class TTV 6-7, okay? Alright. What? Oh! There it is. What the... Wait, what the fuck? Is there just a slide that changes? Okay. Chat, again, I have not proofread this, okay? And you'll see why it's like this in just a second. Alright. Tablet of context. I made this when I was incredibly high and incredibly drunk on my birthday. The moment I came back, I think it was like 11 p.m. No, sorry. That's just completely incorrect. I got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning after like a drunken round. Like, I went to round 1, just like off my fucking knockers, okay? And I came back home, got McDonald's, ate in the dark, and then I made this presentation. So, yeah. This presentation might go off the rails, and it might be formatted weird. So I just wanted to kind of tell you guys that before you guys start judging me on how it's formatted and how organized it is, okay, chat? Why is your screen cracked? Is my screen cracked? Why is your cracked screen? Cracked screen? Is there a crack on my screen? Why did I look at my screen thinking that you saw an aviation? Alright, anyways. Yeah, so, just a heads up. I wanted to say that. Alright, now we get started. What the fuck? What the fuck is... Wait! What did I... Alright, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. I don't remember putting that in. What the fuck? Alright, this chat's gonna be fun, chat. This is gonna be fun. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so, we're... Again... Dude, I've no... you know that episode of Rick and Morty where Rick was so, like, off his rocks, like, off his knocker, that he, like, made, like, a whole saw thing? Do you guys know that episode?
It's edging me so hard.
Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that follow. Phrasin Nathos, thank you for the follow. Yeah, no, this is basically my Rick and Morty, incident right here, okay? This is my Rick incident. I don't remember a single fucking thing I put on here, so I'm going to show you just how good at presentations I am. My question, are we going to include the T-1000 Earth Mover? I can definitely talk about it. Remind me when I get to the character of interest part, okay? Because I don't think, oh no, tell me when I get to the machines part. Because I think I talk about him, I'm going to talk about him slightly, knowing myself. And, if you want me to further elaborate my opinions on the Earth Mover, by all means, just tell me. Okay, here we go. Is there any jumps? Okay, there's no... Alright! Oh, wow, we're doing it this way? Okay, apparently, hey, chat, what do you guys want to call my drunken alter ego? What do you guys want to call that? Jay the Stupid. Yo, what's up? Just got my HRT just yesterday. Yo, congratulations! Slay! Wait, that's the right one, right? HRT is the... Slay! Okay, by the way, Haruka, I disabled the Sans and the Wordle, just so I don't ruin the momentum and the flow of the stream. I will redeem you, don't worry, Haruka, okay? I will redeem you back. Drunkman? Normal Lem? Rick? Drunk Rick Mode? Rick Stylin? Derek Mister? I know that reference! The guy that talks like this on TikTok? Yeah, I know that guy. I know who that guy is, dude. Call him Professor Lemoyne. Alright, yeah, we'll call him Professor Lemoyne. Alright. Apparently, Professor Lemoyne... I can already see how this format's already going to go. Chat, I can already see where Professor Lemoyne wanted to take this part. We are probably going to go through the terminals one at a time. Alright, cool. So, Testament 1. Wow, okay, let me try and collect my thoughts here. Angsty Monk Peak. Oh god. Don't bring up that dead name again. Don't bring up the dead name again. Sensei Wu. Okay, I like Sensei Wu. Alright, I'm gonna call my drunk alter ego Sensei Wu. Alright, cool. So, Testament 1. Testament 1 right here is describing how God is not able to create their vision of mankind or life, apparently. That's basically what I saw when I first read the Testament. When I looked at it a little bit further, there's not really a lot other than that. It's basically showing how, or basically describing how God is not really able to create humanity or life or organic whatever in their vision or in their view, basically. Let me see. Yep, okay. What else did I put here? Oh, shit, okay, and then the next slide is... Okay, cool. So, one thing that I think is super important to realize in the First Testament is that it shows how God and these, like, high beings, are not omnipotent, I think. Wait, what'd you say? Okay, cool. I'm just going to ignore chat for the time being. I'm gonna talk to chat, but I'm gonna try not to talk to them just so I can keep talking here. One thing right here that I think a lot of people don't realize is this right here proves that God and just these higher beings are not omnipotent. We'll see this a bunch of times with, like, the Council, even Gabriel. Like, Gabriel is basically this angelic being, but they are still flawed. They are still able to make mistakes, as well as the Council. The Council seems to be very corrupt, and that's basically the main reason why Gabriel crashes out, but we'll get to Gabriel in just a second. This also shows a habit of just straight up... What the fuck? Oh, God. What did I just do? This is going to be a fun stream, chat. I'm so sorry. Alright, cool. I think another thing that's super important to realize is that this right here kind of shows the first hints of God just straight up leaving whenever he feels like it. The moment he fails, he throws a temper tantrum and then just leaves. This, again, shows his habit of leaving, and he instantly assumes that it's not his fault. Here, at this point of the timeline, God still thinks he's, like, this, like, great being that's never able to make mistakes, and the moment he makes a mistake, he instantly blames it on humanity. Cool. Gabriel, goddamn, Chop Chop Streamer Boy. Okay, there's no omnipotence in Ultra Kill. Yes, I agree with that. Again, we'll get to the idea of omnipotence a little bit later, because knowing Sensei Wu, he probably talks about omnipotence a little bit more. But, yeah. Testament 2. Alright, yeah, he fucking failed. lmao. Over and over and over again, he tries... Milk Knight, what do you call it? I turned off the Wordle and the Sans redeem for this stream. Apologies. I will refund anyone that redeemed it this stream. Don't you worry, okay? Looks like I'll tell you like I tell others when I realized it. The Sims before seminary class. Oh, playing The Sims. Give me Gabriel body. Okay, anyways. I'm sorry, Milk Day. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways. Yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory. He's not able to create, life. This can either be hinting at humanity or life. A little bit more. Oh, you hit. Oh my god, wait, that's why I stopped playing, chat. I don't have Mix It Up. My bad. I don't have Mix It Up on. My bad, my bad. That's why nothing's, like, nothing's working. Wait, no, I don't want to turn, I don't want to, okay, wait, hold on. I should just disable it for now, okay. Ben, I'll refund you. I want to keep the birthday, I want to keep the birthday attire on, just because it is indeed my birthday stream. Okay, anyways, redeemed a random number on my credit card, 7. Okay, I'm resuming, chat, Jesus, you guys, I'm trying to have a productive and educational stream here, okay? Okay, anyways, where was my train of thought? Oh, yeah. One thing that I couldn't figure out is if he failed again and again and again with the idea of life or humanity as a whole. Because it's kind of hinted right here that God did leave. They either reset the world or they left, right? I'm not too sure. I like the idea of God just resetting everything. I feel like it kind of fits with like those doomsday events in the Bible. I'm not really like super religious like based, chat, so like, but I do know there's like doomsday scenarios, okay, chat. I do know there's like doomsday scenarios, okay. So I like the idea of God, instead of just kind of leaving everything, instead just resets it to try and make humanity again. So right here, humanity is a failure. Like the first time he tried making mankind, it fucking sucked. So he reset everything and he made a new kind of species or a new kind of life without, what I'm assuming is free will, because that's what he thought was the flaw, which was free will. So it failed again, obviously, and this testament is also further proof that God is not omnipotent. In our eyes, obviously, it is God, right? Because like this thing is pretty like, it's all-knowing, all-powerful in our eyes, but for like a God, it's not really as omnipotent as we may consider God to be in this world. This sets a precedent. I think this also sets a precedent for all the other characters in the game. All these omnipotent and all-powerful characters. God, Gabriel, the Council, everyone in heaven that we haven't seen yet, even Lucifer, also just fucking hell. I think hell is probably not even as omnipotent and all-powerful as we may realize. We are traveling down hell, but again, this right here is proof that these higher beings are not, like, indestructible. They do make mistakes. They are capable of making mistakes. Free will was a failure. Yes, that's what God thinks was the failure, but, I don't know. Because, like, okay, the idea of free will is honestly really pushed. Free will is a really important theme in Ultra Kill. It's the reason why Gabriel kind of crashes out in Act 2. But again, we'll get to Gabriel in just a second. I just want to keep going with the terminals here. Testament 3. Yeah, he gets fucking rage baited. He's tried so many he tries so many times and times again to make creation in his eyes what he thinks is perfect. But without free will, they just kind of turn into, like, just mindless fucking nothingness. So he gets rage baited and makes hell and cannot make hell. Cannot unmake hell. So there you go. Pretty self-explanatory. Let me see. What did Sensei Wu say here? Okay, yeah, so Testament 3 is the introduction of hell. Here is when we realize that hell is the creation of God. It's not just, like, a place that existed. It's not just a place that existed in general. He actually had to make it. Let me see. And we'll see, like, further down the road in the timeline that hell is alive. Because I'm assuming it's alive just because it is the creation of God. If you guys kind of catch my drift, but... Well, I gotta go. Take care. Good luck. Alright, take care. Like I told my classmates in seminary, the player and the NPC Sims are a good match for God and humanity. Sure could make them fall in love with the same. Okay. God versus coin, who wins? Is it a coin punch? I feel like if it's a coin punch, Maybe. Love the fact that you remind everyone Christianity acknowledges the existence of of other gods. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, again, for people that are just stopping in or that just hopped in, I made this completely drunk and high, so I don't really remember what I wrote here. So this is also a surprise for all of us. So if I sound a little bit scatterbrained, it's because I don't really know what the next slide entails. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, cool. So basically, this is just God getting rage baited. Here we go. Testament 4 gets rage baited again by Lucifer, one of his actual, like, one of his more higher creations. He basically just asked God, he's like, why did you make hell? And God's just like, fuck you, and then just put him in treachery. That's basically what he did, because he doesn't really have a reason why he made hell. And this is, again, this is more further proof that God here is not omnipotent. This is when he starts realizing that it's not free will. It's the possibility of free will being the mistake is, there's less of a chance of that being the reason. He starts thinking that it was actually his fault that he wasn't able to make this perfect creation. And now that hell exists and he can no longer undo it, he starts questioning himself, starts being regretful. And here it is. This is when his habit of actually just leaving, just like out of nowhere, just decides to leave when he can't really fix or do something that he wants to do. He just straight up leaves. He gets rage bait and he just leaves. Left. Okay, cool. Why did I say left twice? Oh, wrong one. Why did I say left twice here, chat? Oh, that's what I meant. Okay, so I don't really like the idea of God dying. I really don't. I like to think there's a couple reasons why I don't think God is dead. First of all, it is still God, right? They're not omnipotent, but there is proof that they're just not proof. Fuck. How do I say this correctly, chat? How do I say this? I have a feeling that if hell is as all-powerful as it is in the game, God is probably more powerful than hell, right? Oh god, I'm sorry, hold on, chat. I need a brainstorming. I should have read through this before stream. Hold on. Blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. There's a couple reasons why I think God is still alive. First of all, it is still a all-powerful being. I like to think that he's just kind of on this like resting mode, right? Just kind of just looking at the abyss and doing absolutely nothing, right? A second reason is all these testaments seem to be in the perspective of God. And we do have, I think, like 1 or 2 more testaments left. So he still is present in some way, shape, or form. But regardless, he did leave. This is the moment, I think, when God decides to leave or is about to make the decision to leave. And we'll see in the timeline part, and in like it's also hinted in like some of the terminals, specifically in like the insurrectionist one in the books, there was a period when God left. And I think this is the moment where he either decides or he does leave. Or at the very least, he just like zones out for like all eternity, okay? Wow, a professor unprepared. You do realize how unprepared a lot of professors are, okay? Bomb bricked. Okay, I'm ignoring that chat. Kazoo stimming for a minute. We're so good. Oh, how did you Ben? You knew it was a stim? Yeah, no, it was a stim. I had to lock in there. Okay, I had to lock in. I believe God just left because God. Without God, how is there the light of the Father? Wait, hold on. I believe God just left because without God, how's there the light of the Father? It could just be a thing that God had to like stockpile, like from time to time. You know, this is like a terrible example, but you know in like Warhammer, right? You know, like I don't know why I chose Warhammer as like the example. I know nothing about Warhammer. Okay, actually no. All right, I don't know. Let's just do a car, right? Let's just do a car, right? You have to fuel up your car from time to time, but if you don't use your car, your fuel will just stay relatively stagnant. Obviously, there's like evaporation and stuff like that, but just ignoring all of that, right? If you just keep the car stagnant, doing absolutely nothing, your gas tank will stay relatively the same exact way it was before when you fueled it up. So I think God's light, it was kind of in that scenario where God just kind of fueled this like flame or this campfire or this chalice of God's light. And then when it left, it was just like kind of there. Now it's just like a limited resource that apparently Gabriel is the only one that needs it. There's probably other beings that need God's light, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? That's kind of what I think. I feel like even if God did die, God's light would just still turn into this like limited resource. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it would just stay like that. So like, I don't even want to talk about God's light because God's light is like not explained at all. Like I highly doubt that we're going to get a further a further detailed explanation about God's light. I kind of like its I kind of like its unknown factor. Shut up, guys. I can't say it, chat. Shut up. I like keeping it as it is because it just makes the idea of God's light a lot more flexible if needed for the plot. But again, where the plot's headed, I doubt we're gonna really need it. I doubt we're gonna like see any more characters that require this God's light. And okay, equal. You can't just say the word and then assume I'm able to say it. Okay. Ambiguity. Oh, never mind. Okay, it did work. Okay. Alright, anyways. Prime Terminals. Okay, so, the Prime Terminals. I'm sure everyone knows it. It's basically the reward that you get in P1, P2, and P3, probably when it does come out. But because P3 has not come out yet, we're probably just going to be talking about the P1, P2 terminals just for a quick second. There's not really anything of importance of the Okay, actually scratch that. There is actually something super important about the terminals, but in this section, I won't talk about it to the importance that I think it is. So yeah, here we go. Lemon is the third Prime Soul. That'd be cool, but probably not. All right. Wow, holy shit. Word barf. What did Sensei Wu? Oh, okay, cool. So this is one of the first hints of humanity. What humanity's role in the Ultra Kill world is. We really see it in further detail in the Violence layer, but even before that, these were basically the only hints of humanity that we got. Like the Guttermen, the Gutter Tank, probably, I guess the Sentries and the Mind Flayers were our very, very first hints of like, oh, no, and the Street Sweepers, right? The Street Sweepers, the Purple Drones, the Sentries, and the Mind Flayers were our only hints of humanity. But I would say these are super important in terms of humanity's expedition down hell. Basically, this describes what the terminals were used for, as well as what they kind of experienced down in hell. Terminals were bored. Let me see. How do I write this? How do I describe this? Okay, cool. So basically, it's hinted that these terminals have some sort of personality or conscious. And because of this, and because they're just stagnant and doing absolutely fucking nothing, they're bored. So what they have basically created is like a little society, or like this little like economy of different robots and different like things fighting for entertainment. And they actually use those videos and they kind of trade them amongst one another, which I think is really cool. It's also hints at the reason for the cyber grind. Oh shit! It also hints at the reasons for the cyber grind. The cyber grind is basically just a simulation created by these terminals, based off like the recordings of the machines that they've like witnessed for their entire existence, basically. Dang it. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, he won't add Lucifer or God. He just said, okay. Only the terminal. I was goofing. Okay, cool. Yeah, but nothing really of substance here. I have more theories about the terminals, but I don't want to go further into them yet. We'll get there though. Don't worry. But overall, that's basically what the Prime Terminals are. It's just kind of hinting. Oh, do you know what this is also hinting at? I think this is also hinting at the idea of machines being conscious, like having some sort of personality, or this like, it's more than just code like ones and zeros. It actually has a conscious. It kind of is like this organic being, and I think this is also hinting at it as well. The real time we actually see it a little bit more solidified is in the Guttermen. The Guttermen were basically one of the first machines that we see that were fueled by blood. But I feel like a lot of people don't realize maybe the terminals can't... Okay, never mind. I'm not getting into this. We're getting into it later, chat. Machines! Alright, machines have its own machines have its own, what do you call it, slide, because again, they are super important into the lore of Ultra Kill. This is basically the story of humanity right here, in a nutshell right here. All of the machines that they make, their destruction, the capabilities of destruction that they have, all kind of boils down to humanity's war and just their part in this game, in the game. Let me see. Yeah, so again, the machines, the violence layer basically tells the story of what happens in between the timeline of the terminals. That's kind of the reason why there's such a big hole in between all of them. Like a lot of the times for these testaments are left unanswered, and it feels like there's a lot of time in between all the, like the different creations of like beings and stuff like that. Like Lucifer here is still in heaven before he's thrown into hell, so this has to be super far behind, like not even before what humanity is in the game of Ultra Kill, basically. Let me see. Fraud drop or make another stream. Hakita, make a stream. Okay. Goofin, you be profin? You be profin? I be profin all the time. I be profin all the time. Hold on. Look at the bottom left, alright? That's the reason. I'm pretty sure that's why Sensei Wu put that there, okay? Can we take IV Goonin together, okay? Alright, just gonna... Alright, anyways, I got a little bit sidetracked. Okay, cool. So what was this big hole? Basically, this big hole was a gigantic, unending, perpetual war with humanity versus humanity. Every single machine was meant to evolve and take down the other machine. I don't know in terms of what machine counteracted the other, but I'm assuming it's like gutter men sent, it was street cleaners, right? Turrets, wait no, street cleaners, drones, turrets, mind flayers, gutter men, gutter tank, sword machine somewhere in between, earth mover, then V1, then if you want to consider it V2. That's probably the Arms War timeline. Just in a nutshell. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm sure everyone here knows about it. I could be right or wrong. Chat, give me a ding, 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 or a if I'm right or wrong, or if you guys agree with me, okay? But yeah, that's basically what Layer 7 is depicting. Or the violence layer. Yeah, that's Layer 7, right? That's basically what Layer 7 is depicting. It's basically just depicting humanity. I think the whole theme of the violence layer is not violence. I think it's more about humanity. I'll talk about it a little bit more in a video that I really want to post, but I just want to edit it beforehand because it sounds really conspiratorial still. But I have a whole video going into what, like, just the violence layer as a whole, the entirety of the violence layer. But long story short, I think it's just talking about humanity. The whole theme about Layer 7 is about humanity, not the machines, not the war, just humanity. Another hint of this, like, big war, I think, is the Wrath layer just being filled with this giant sea of souls. The sea of souls can either be because of just the countless deaths that happen in this perpetual war, or in this, like, mass extinction event, that we still don't really, I don't think it's, like, it's not, like, super confirmed that. Wait, no, it was confirmed. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. So, the Earth Mover was, like, the last machine. Sorry, V1, V2 was technically the last machine. But, like, in terms of the war, I'm pretty sure the Earth Mover was the last machine to end it. It ended pretty anticlimactically. I think those things, like, created... Well, oh, man, what was the terminal description again? I'm trying to remember it. I think it was because it created so much pollution that it destroyed all of the natural resources, and then the war stopped. And then the Hell... Okay, now I'm caught up. And then the Hell Expeditions, and then something happened, and then the Sea of Souls. Yeah, okay, cool. But long story short, the big takeaway that we can get out of all of this is that I'm pretty sure humanity's just fucking dead. I'm pretty sure there's nothing left. The only form of, like, life or existence right now is in Hell. I don't really think there's anything left on, I guess, the life plane or the life existence plane. Yeah, okay. That's just kind of my interpretation. Alright! Was Sensei Wu really this fucking... Why am I talking like my drunken high self is a different person? You know what? I'm gonna roll with it. Why is Sensei Wu just kind of... I know what this is. This is a fucking screenshot. It's a screenshot! I'm so fucking lazy, dude. Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright, now that we got all of that out of the way, it's been like fucking 40 minutes of just like just rambling. Any questions before we go through the timeline creation chat? Any questions for Professor Lem here? Any questions in the crowd here? Raise a hands, raise a hands. Raise hands, anyone? Me? Alright, what's up, Aviation? What's up, Frit? I gotcha, I gotcha. Aviation first, Aviation first. Aviation first. Does God approve of V1, V2 Yuri? Yes, I approve of V1, V2 Yuri. Yes, God does approve of it. Thank you very much. How did the war start? Probably for, like, some stupid, unimportant reason. I mean, like, that's basically how most wars are started. I don't think it's really important to know the reason why. We could just be like, okay, no, let's theory craft, alright? They thought that the V1, V2 Yuri wasn't real, so I'm pretty sure, the US went to war with, I don't fucking know, everyone. There you go. That's why. There you go. You're welcome. I'm pretty sure the Ultra Kill Final War started with World War I. Hold on, let me think about that. Let me think about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I noticed on the Hell pods that they drop out of, there's like Russian on there, so you could, you know what? I like the idea of it being the Cold War. I like the idea of the Cold War just like escalating, because I'm pretty sure that's when like the arms race, like that's basically when the nuke arms race was like a big thing. That's when like the evolution of machinery for negative reasons was the most prominent, was during the Cold War. So I like the idea of it being during the Cold War rather than World War I. I like that idea better, but, like, again, that's just my like, I didn't even think about it because I don't think it's super important to, like, the main story of Ultra Kill. I like the idea of it just being the Cold War. How much Tua would a Hawk Tua if a Hawk Tua could Hawk Tua? 67 times, I don't know. It's kind of true, let me see. Did Fred have a question? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could choke wood? Okay. Alright, let's go. Alright, timeline creation. Timeline creation. Let's get started. Wow, what the fuck? Okay, so... I know where I got this from. This is from my Ultra Kill review. Okay, so this is going to basically be my interpretation of the timeline right here. This is going to be... It's going to start from the bottom, from the top left, go right, and then down, and then that's basically the timeline. Alright, cool. Let's go. So, God created humanity for the first time, right? God created humanity for the first time. Absolutely despised it, right? He just did not like the first result, right? So, he either left, at this moment, he either left or reset it a bunch of times to try and make this ideal form of life in his eyes, or in his vision, right? He can't do it, right? He gets rage baited and creates hell because of how angry he gets about not being able to make this, like, perfect life, or this perfect existence. And then because of that, because he just is so regretful and so ashamed of himself for making hell, he fucking leaves. He flakes out for, I'm pretty sure, the second time, right? And then, because of God's absence, there's just kind of this... I noticed that there's, like, this really big turmoil as well. So, like, the moment God leaves, there are hints in the forms of books and a little bit of terminals that there wasn't really anyone to regulate hell at this point. There really isn't a lot of, because of God's absence, it puts the entire, how do I say this? The entire, everyone in, oh my god, I can't like think right now. How do I say this? Oh yeah, okay, so just the entirety of hell is put into disarray because of God's absence. Angels don't know what to do at all, so, like, sinners don't receive their punishment, and they get to thrive for a little bit, right? Gabriel steps in, is like, hey, don't do that, we reformed, we reorganized, you can't do that, and basically puts down everyone that was thriving in hell, because it's hell, they should be punished, right? They should be punished instead. So, this is when Gabriel kills Minos, this is when Gabriel kills Sisyphus, and probably whoever is in P3. It's good. It's like a pattern, right? Every prime level is like the, how do I say this? Is the victim of Gabriel during God's absence. So probably P3 as well. I'm just gonna say it right here. Man, I could ruin the whole stream right now. Is it a Sans redeem? Because I canceled it. KB? Wait, is that KB? Oh no, that's KK. Okay, no, I thought you were a different chatter. Welcome in, gamer. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, this is the moment that Gabriel just kind of puts hell back into its place, basically. Humanity. I can't get through this, chat. I can't get through this. I can't get through this. Oh god. Reset. Reset. What the fuck? How do I go back? Okay, there we go. So, during this time, I'm pretty sure humanity just goes on without God kind of interfering and resetting over and over again. The moment God leaves, humanity is just left with this flawed free will that God so desperately tried to take away and tried to basically fix, right? And because of free will, a war happens for whatever reason. Again, the reason for this war, I don't think is super important for the general lore of Ultra Kill. But I do like to think that, I do like the idea of the wars starting during the Cold War. I think it just makes sense in terms of like our timeline in Ultra Kill, in my opinion. The Streamer University made right. Yeah! Don't ask about my opinions about women, though. I'm kidding. I'm kidding! I'm kidding! I love women! I love Yuri, dude. Come on. There's no way I don't like Yuri. We're gonna fail this class with him teaching. Yep. Well, no. All my answers are on Chegg. Don't worry. And, I'll be... your assignment will be kind of, what is it? Your assignment will be due, tomorrow midnight, so don't worry. Yo, Lemoyne, I missed a bunch of streams. What did I join into? Welcome in! It's a birthday stream as well as a lore and theory crafting stream. I have not watched, for people that are just like, for people that just hopped in, context, I made this super high and drunk. I don't remember what I put in here, so we're both kind of learning on the fly here, chat. Not only that, but, I have not watched a single video on lore, so this is me trying to basically make the lore or try and puzzle piece the lore without any external information or any external help. I ain't even started the assignment, Grandpa. Alright, whatever. Lively raid. Well, I'm getting raided! 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 Hi! Hi! Hello! Hello! Wait, am I getting raided? Wait, am I getting raided? Am I getting raided on... Can I get raided on YouTube? I don't think I can. Oh, I can't get raided! I can't get raided! Welcome in, chatters! Hope you guys are doing well, Lively, I haven't talked to you in a minute! Alright, how you doing? Long time no talk, I hope you've been doing well. Sadly, you won't get to see my cool redeems. Sadly, you guys can't see my cool redeems, Lively, okay? Sir Lemoyne? Sir Lemoyne? I'm honored! Hello, Raid. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, a little bit about myself. God, am I really gonna do that whole shoot? Okay. Ben, Frit, you already know what voice I'm going to do. Hi guys, my name's Hi guys, my name's Lemoyne lmao. I'm a part-time VTuber, and if you like, and if you guys like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. No, okay, but seriously, I don't stream consistently. If you're interested, join my Discord. It's in the description. Other than that, a little bit about myself. I like to make cosplay stuff. I like yapping about video games. But other than that, that's basically all about me. I'm going to resume. Like, it makes sense because it was Trench War until the start of Machine's creation. Was there hints of, like, Trench Warfare, though? Was there hints of Trench Warfare? Sorry you didn't have a live direct thing turned on. I can't rate you the official way. Live direct. Okay, so, hey, Lively, I took your advice to heart. I started multi-streaming. I have no clue what that is. If you'd like to help me after stream, I'll go and message you afterwards, but I have no clue what you're talking about. So, wait, hold on. Yeah, but I don't want to set it up because I don't want to ruin the momentum. WStream, I'm a question you now. Yeah, I'll answer all questions after this segment of the presentation, chat, okay? Hold on. Give me a second. I need to go back. Yeah, okay, no, let me see, what was this? Who said that? KK Gamer, I will, wait for all questions after I create the timeline, okay? Wait for all questions after that, okay? Sorry, I have to go through that animation. It's just, it's just so funny. I don't remember putting that shit there at all. That's hilarious. Lmao, alright, well, again, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Any people from the raid? I am lore and theory crafting about Ultra Kill. I just finished my first playthrough recently, have not looked at any external sources on the game, so it's been really fun. This is kind of one of the first games where I didn't look up anything beforehand, so this is really fun. If you're interested in that, I also make just video character analysis on this game right now, and probably when I move to Hollow Knight, I'm probably make videos on that too. I'm not an Ultra Kill dedicated. I just like yapping and gaming. But yeah, anyways. Well, I'm gonna listen to series, go grab some lunch now, have fun and stream and bye. Alright, thank you for the raid, I really appreciate it. Take care, Lively, take care, Lively. Alright. Let me see, where was I, chat, where was I? Oh yeah, so this is gonna be the start of the in-between, right? So, war, endless war, perpetual war. During the war, they stopped because they ran out of resources because of just how much war that they did. And they go into hell to try and find additional resources through the Hell Expeditions, and everyone dies, and then that's when the game of Ultra Kill takes place, chat. That is the game, that's when Ultra Kill takes place. The moment, I like to think that the moment humanity dies, like just goes extinct, that's when V1 just kind of reawakens and then goes further down hell. I kind of like that idea. Bye, Felix, Fish, long night. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be a long night. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Now, section 2, areas of interest, characters. Alright, any questions or any concerns with my idea of the lore so far? Or with the timeline? Any questions, concerns, any holes you want me to fill that I probably missed? By all means, raise your hands, chat, raise your hands. Hold on. Alright, any questions? That was your time to type them or raise your hand. Love the presentation, quality work. Don't even flatter me, motherfucker, okay? I made this on my birthday. Like, I literally, thank you for the follow, Siri Star. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. I made this the morning, not even the morning, the night of my birthday. This was after, how I was, how do I say this? Off my rockers? I think that's the right way to say it, because literally all I wanted to do was drink. I got like a piercing, I got a tattoo. I got 3 piercings, actually. It's kind of in my ear, and then I got a tattoo in the back of my ear, so that was really fun. But, I don't remember most of what I wrote on this presentation. Like, at all. I really don't remember anything I wrote here, so I've been just kind of learning on the fly here. So, yeah. Click presentation here. Oh, okay. Go fuck yourself, Sensei Wu. Oh, yeah, my drunk and high alter ego is Sensei Wu. My chat agreed on that. Alright, cool. Did I miss any questions? Hold on, before we actually go. Ferryman's journal describes when the flood came in when humanity. Yes, yeah. But, oh, God. I feel like it can also be interpreted of the constant flow of humans just dying during the Endless War. But I do like that Wrath takes, like, the Wrath layer is the depiction of humanity's extinction, rather than just the constant flood of, like, deaths during the time of, like, humanity's war. I like that idea instead. I like that idea instead. But I feel like it could be interpreted both ways. Do you think V1 had awakened before, or his first time after humanity's disappeared? Ooh, that's a good one. Give me a second. I want to read the terminals. I want to read the terminal for V2. Hold on. V2 terminal. Not V23 terminal. Because I know it says something super important about V1 in the V2 terminal. So give me a second. And of course this is the wiki that doesn't have the fucking terminal. There it is. Why is there 2? Alright, the V model was built for war, with V1 boasting a new kind of exterior plating that allowed refueling through contact with blood rather than a separate blood refueling process. Due to its necessary thinness, it is far less durable, but the ability to fix itself with and rebuild broken parts on the fly. Blah 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 blah. Neither model reached mass production due to the end of wars completely draining any demand. Okay, so this is how I like to interpret it, chat. This is how I like to interpret it. So, if we assume that the constant arms race was the reason for the machines, I think it went Earth Mover, right? It went Earth Mover, then V1, then V2, right? But V2 was made in a time of peace. This was made in a time of peace. And it says right here, right in the turn, it says, where is it? Since, wait, hold on. However, However, during the prototyping phase, the new piece was established and war became irrelevant. So I'm pretty sure around the Earth Mover's creation, this is when the war ended. The moment that the pollution started kicking in, right? So this is when pollution, how do you spell pollution? Pollution, wars end. But at the same time, I don't think humanity was prepared for how much pollution. So they went under the assumption that the arms race would still keep going, right? So this is the prototyping phase right here. So this is the prototyping phase. I think the prototyping phase consisted of both V1 and V2. I think V1 was the rough draft to the V2 model. I don't want to go like super engineering nerd on you, but usually when you're designing something, especially a machine, especially a robot, you tend to make a lot of prototypes that just don't go through, but it still can be considered a model or just a part of the creation process because of how much you developed it. Usually you're just, usually when you're doing an engineering project, right, you can be so close to completing the first prototype, but then you realize there was something that you wanted to do instead, so you just scratch all of that and move on to the next model with what you wanted to do instead. So I think that's kind of what happened with V1. They realized that maybe we don't really need... Hold on, let me read that terminal one more time. However, during the prototyping phase... Oh, okay, wait, hold on. V1's planned production was cancelled with an updated model. V2 was developed instead. Okay. Yeah, okay, I got it. So prototyping, this is when the new piece was established. Okay, so, to recap, chat, okay, by the way, chat, before I keep going, I don't think it started with the Earth Mover. I'm just starting at the Earth Mover. Okay, chat. I'm starting at the Earth Mover. Okay, so Earth Mover, right? Pollution leads to the wars ending, but because they were still prepared to try to counteract the Earth Mover, they prototyped V1. But when they were prototyping V1, the new piece was created, and then V2 was created. I think that's what happens. The arms race, okay, yeah, I've already counteracted that. Earth Mover is active during the war, but nuclear makes so much pollution, creating the long night and time police. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, series, I think we're in agreement here. I think we're agreeing with one another. I think we're dead-ass agreeing. We're agreeing. We're not disagreeing. We're good still. We're good. Oh, starting at the Earth Mover. Yeah, if you really want my opinions, I think it's like drones, street... I said this in a previous slide. But I think it goes basically street cleaners, drones, and then it goes turrets, mind flayers, then these three, then Earth Mover, then V1. I probably made a mistake somewhere in between, but you get the gist. It's just like, I don't think it started with the Earth Mover. I'm just starting there. But, yeah. Sir Lemoyne, my assignment's done. It's in Discord. Okay, I'll check it out later. Okay. How do you know it was right after he made Hell? Because Hell definitely was around while God was. Wait, can you go further in what you mean by that? I don't understand your question right there, Ches. It was like from a while back ago, my bad. Guy went missing, which made the resistance Well, God's absence didn't make the resistance. It was God's absence that influenced or incentivized it. Because, like, with God gone, they just kind of thrived, right? They just kind of thrived. And then that's when Gabriel was like, stop doing and stop thriving. You're in hell. You're not supposed to be happy. And then that's when Minos and Sisyphus was like, no! I like the life I created here. And then they casually get, like, chopped up or they get punched in the face. That's basically what happened. The Earth Movers were harboring little humans, and V1 was made to kill Earth Movers, but wasn't mass-produced. Yeah, they were made to make. They were made. I agree with that, but there's no solid evidence. There's no solid proof in the game that hints at V1 being active during the war. There isn't. I did see an animation where V1 was taking down an Earth Mover. I really liked it. It was like its own it was like its own story. It was really cool. And I think it was also like quoting one of the Gutterman's books the I'm thinking about it. It was like Mother Oh Mother, right? Let me actually see if I can find it. There was like a really cool animation that I think I know what you're referring to here. Hold on. Earth Mover animation. There's one that I thought was really cool. Violence Ultra Kill. I can't find it. Hold on. Oh, here. Oh, there it is. Okay. There was a really cool animation. This is like one of my favorites because it was it basically told the whole story and it portrayed the arms race, I think, perfectly. And I think you're referring to right here. And I'm agreeing with the statement. I really do think that V1 was meant to kill the Earth Mover. I mean, we killed it in the violence layer, right, with like relative ease. It was like right here, right? And as well as like the actual animation, this one too. But in the actual lore of the game, there's no hints that V1 actually went up against an Earth Mover at all. I don't think it was at all. Like directly, specifically, concrete proof stated that it was. I really don't. But I do agree with the idea that V1 was meant to counteract the Earth Movers. I 100% agree with that. 100%. Okay. Any questions? What is this royal crown I've been given? I have no clue what you're talking about. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's just because you've been chatting a bunch. I have no clue, though. Oh, you're a #1 fan. Point and laugh. You're a #1 fan. Point and laugh. No, I'm kidding. Simp loser. Earth Mover used humans as fuel. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it said in the terminals that it was well, I'm assuming it was filled on blood. That the interior section was just all visceral, organic. Also, when you activate the yellow hook point, it also just spills blood. So I like the idea of blood just being used to fuel it. But there was also just diesel fuels just constantly being spewed up into the air. Like, that's without a doubt something that happened, right? Because, like, the pollution part. But I do like the idea of blood also being a part of it. Because, like, a big aspect of these machines is that they're fueled by blood. So, like, what's to say that the Earth Mover wasn't either? I forgot I had this YouTube open. How many views do I have on YouTube? I don't even know. I blocked it because I half screened it. I don't know how to get rid of this chat either. Oh, that's how I do it. I got 78 views. Wait, no. I got 12 likes, 23 concurrent viewers. I don't know the analytics of... Okay, I'm ignoring them. I don't care. It went from shield, gutterman, gutter tank, then drones, and sword machine, then mind flayer, and sentry. Really? Like dead ass? I hate that. Well, okay, I'm not trying to shit on that. I'm not trying to shit on that. Oh! Wait, no. Street cleaners were meant to clean up. Okay, so. All right, we're doing this chat. Okay. Oh, where would mind flayers go? I think it would go like right here. Okay. Okay, this is how I think it went. I think it went... Oh, okay, and then I'm just gonna put... Oh, where's the street cleaner? Equal, chop, chop, give me the... Oh, wait, no, you don't have the street cleaner Yuri. It was Sword Machine Yuri, fuck. Where's the street cleaner? I don't think I had one. Okay, there you go. I think this is how it went, chat. I really do think this is how it went. It went because it just makes sense in my opinion. It really does. I think it just makes sense. I think it went drones, sentries, then these things, Earth Mover, V1, V2, then street cleaners. I honestly, I feel like it just makes sense like that, but I could be wrong. I don't remember the terminals. I'm willing to concede if there's like a quote that you guys are able to put in the chat that just proves me wrong. Street cleaners with the drones. Yo, yeah, no, wait, really? Okay, whatever. I'll just take your word for it. Again, I don't think it's too important, but like, it's something similar to this. Alright, any more questions? Any more holes that want to be filled before I go into areas of interest? Any more questions? Any more questions? I'm gonna catch up with chats while this is doing this. Fun fact, the government inspired Hell itself to make the mannequin. I can see that. You're gonna fill holes? I do that all the time, Saint. You can't see me, but I'm winking behind these glasses. Is V2 also blood-fueled? It says in the terminals, yes. It says that... I think it's... Oh. With V1 boasting a new kind of exterior plating that allowed refueling through contact with blood rather than through a separate blood-fueling refueling process. I think this is really important to keep in mind when considering if V2 fuels through blood. All machines, I think, you just have to assume are fueled with blood. The only thing that's different with V1 is that he's able to just do it because of just like a single touch of its like cool plating, right? It just absorbs it through its skin. Every other machine in the game has to do it through some sort of really complicated, long, painstakingly long blood refueling process, just like a gas tank. But V1's the only one that just doesn't have that. I think the Hell Mover was a Earth Mover. Hell just attached itself to the Earth Mover to give it more power. I thought. Hold on. I said it. Hold on. I think someone fact-checked me on my Earth Mover video. For people that don't know, I made an Earth Mover video like a while back, right? And someone told me that the red things that are attached to the Earth Mover in the boss fight is just the roots that you created from the blood trees in 7.3. I think someone actually fact-checked me there, so I think that's just wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Yo, can I give you a bit of my personal theory of fraud? Yeah, sure. I mean, this is the honestly, wait, XM, I don't know how long you're going to be here, but I do have a theory crafting area if you want to wait there. But other than that, yeah, you can. If you don't have time, I understand. If you can't read my time, I'll fix it. Oh, yeah, no, I'll read it, but just after stream. What pronouns do you use on V1? Because you called him a few times, lmao. When I'm referring to V1, V2 Yuri, V1 is a her, she. But if I'm referring to V1 Gabriel Yowie, I'm going to refer to V1 as a he. Thank you very much. God is the final boss of fraud, and he'll give us the golden arm. I disagree. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, because... Okay. No, XM. No, bro. I fucking love you, brother. Brother. Don't take this the wrong way. This is so perfect timing. Anyone that's in here, I have a fraud... tomorrow, I am posting a fraud arm speculation video tomorrow. 2:30 or 10:30 a.m. Wait, sorry. Either 10:30 a.m. or 2:30 p.m. PST. It goes through what I think is going to be the new arm and fraud. So I'm so sorry. I didn't want to shit on your parade, XM. I just don't think it is. God, I really want to talk. Okay. XM, if you ever hop on stream and ask for my opinions on the new Armin fraud, after that video comes out, I'll tell you the reasons why. Because if I say it now, I'm going to spoil the whole video that I'm posting tomorrow. I'm so sorry. But I will say, long story short, I disagree. Also, look at the Gutterman. He has a thing on its back that directly transfers blood to it. Yeah, no, I'm aware. I mean, like, again, you just have to assume that every robot is fueled by blood. It just depends on their fueling process. V1 is the only one that's able to do it seamlessly and just, like, nonchalantly. Hikita said using Sheer is cool and Pog. I mean, yeah, I know I'm cool and Pog. Why do you think I started it without even knowing he said that, okay? That's how fucking swagalicious I am. That's how fucking swagalicious. Oh yeah, do you have any theories on how canon the Encore levels are? I think they're 100% canon, and yes, you can check it on my YouTube channel. I think it was my third most recent video that I posted. It just goes through the whole lore of Ultra Kill, with like what you can assume is concrete evidence. It's not really concrete because Encore levels is the canonality, I like that word. The canonality of the Ultra Kill levels is still up in the air, but I like to think that I put enough evidence to, at the very least, hint at some sort of lore capacity. Oh, I kind of forgot lmao. Yeah, okay. Tough life hat. Okay. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'm desperate, okay? I'm desperate. Okay, any more questions before we go through the areas of interest? I really like this part. I really like this part. Actually, chat, I need a piss. Chat, I need a pee-pee. I need to use my pee-pee real quick, okay? I'll be right back. Where's my loading? Where's my... Okay, chat, I'm gonna take a piss real quick. Piss time! Pea soda, sipping on the DP soda, dipping on the DP soda. All right, I'm back. What happened? Wait, hold on. Ah. All right, let's go back. Where's the projector? Bah! Is there no sound when I do that? I don't know why there's no sound. I'm very upset that there isn't. Okay, please, time, go Coco crazy, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna catch up with chats here. My question about piss breaks has been answered at last. I piss. I have a penis. Why did I say it like that? No one, I'm sorry, I didn't, you guys can't see it, but I'm doing the flight face, god. Or the speed face. Oh, my bad. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sword Machine is made up of leftover robot parts, if I'm correct. Like, dead ass? Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna research it. I'm too lazy. I think God is not against the lust revolution. On terminals said that God fell into despair so deep when he realized that pain unending is not fit for a fool. Okay. First of all, Radiant enemies were only exclusive on Cybergrind before Encores were added. Yes, but the Radiant enemies were also, technically a simulation then, at first, and then they were used in the Encore levels. you could just, I like to assume that the radiance there is just kind of showing enemies that are stronger because the terminals were able to make them like that because it is just overall a simulation. I'm sure it would be too hard to like just make them faster and like have more health in the simulation. But in terms of like the Encore levels, I think there's more lore reasonings for that. That was my Encore theory. Thank you for reading. Yeah, of course. I got you. Professor, how many questions will be on the midterm? There will be 23 true or false questions and 12 short answer questions. The short answer questions will be 5 points, and the true and false will just be an easy 2 points. Alright, any questions? Alright, I'm going to move forward. Alright, so, number 2, areas of interest. This is when I am going to look at the game less. This is basically closer to the theory crafting phase of the video. So I already created the timeline. Hopefully I was right. I don't really know if I'm right. I don't really know if I'm right or wrong. You guys can tell me if I was relatively right or incorrect in the comments or just like in chat right now. I'd love to see your opinions on it. But area or chapter 2, chapter 3 will be going a little bit more on my opinions on these characters and how they kind of fit into the narrative of Ultra Kill, okay? Do you like my song? Which song? How long do we have to complete? It's going to be open literally at midnight, and it's going to be open all day. Is there extra credit? Just make fan art of me. I'll give you 5 points. I don't know. Yeah, it's confirmed that sword machines are Frankensteins. That's cool as fuck. That's actually really cool. Is it, like, in the Terminal series? Is it in the Terminal start? I'm not, like, doubting you. Sorry, I am doubting you, but, like, I'll take your word for it. Do you like my song? Yes! Wait, this stream... is this stream going on YouTube as an edited video? Yes it is! Everyone say hi to YouTube! Oh my god, chat, I get to say that. That was awesome. That felt so cool. That felt so cool. I forgot to say that. I forgot you guys, I forgot to tell you guys to spam hi YouTube or whatever. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. They have sentry legs, but yeah, it's in the terminals. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Ches. I'll just, like, 100% take your guys' word for it. I don't want to... Because I don't really think it's relevant. It's cool. I think, in terms of, like, the overall, like, lore of the story, I don't think it's too important. We are being held hostage. I feel like, Noob is gonna say something very inappropriate. Alright, anyways. Alright, let's get to it. I feel like we should start with the very first character that started this whole game. I think God is as much as we don't see God in the game, the only time we really see his presence is, like, presumably through these, like, little, like glass windows, or what are these called? Window panes or whatever. And in the terminals. That's the only time we get to really see, God. But I think God here has a relatively important role in the overall theme and tone of Ultra Kill. It just overall sets the tone of the game. It basically tells you the limits of what all these characters have for the entirety of the story. For instance, I focused on God not being omnipotent, even though it is God. Like, while we do see this all-powerful being as God, they aren't not capable of making mistakes. They made countless mistakes over and over again. And it's this lack of omnipotence that sets the strength and the expectations of characters further down the road. All of these characters are basically human to a certain extent, if that makes sense. They are capable of making mistakes. They make regrets. They are more developed characters than we may see them and we may realize. For instance, even look at the Earth Mover. I don't know if this is canon. Again, I don't know if this is canon, but it looks like the Earth Mover was, like, deadass afraid of us when we entered through that door. It, like, screamed, and then drew its attention to us, and then literally threw almost this spear of fucking, like, Satan's asshole towards us before, like, being interrupted by the other Earth Mover from, like, miles away. Like, there's basically more that meets the eye to every character in the game moving forward. And while we may not really see that too much with God, I think it's one of the first instances of making sure that we always look at characters in a more difficult lens. Another thing about God is that God was always a flaky motherfucker. This guy always left. This guy, every time something got difficult or he didn't want to deal with something, this motherfucker was a bitch and then left, okay? That's what I think, that's basically my opinions about God. That sounds so bad out of context. God's a bitch! That's my opinion on God. Thank you very much. Any questions? Through sheer willpower, I got home. Congratulations. V1 God, V2 Minos. Okay, I'm gonna... you the one who hurt my Earth Mover realized that we are a bigger threat. Yeah, no, exactly. That's basically what I was trying to say. I don't know if it's canon or not, but I'm pretty sure it is. Just assuming that the arms race was actually, like, a thing, and V1 was meant to counteract the Earth Mover. The Earth Mover has to know that V1 was meant to kill that thing. Like, it knew, like, it knew its fate was sealed the moment he saw it. You know, the Earth Mover saw V1, so. Alright, Hell. Hell is basically God's reminder of his failures, and I think that's the main reason why he wanted to leave. Again, God was so regretful about the creation of Hell, that was their reason for basically just kind of dipping out, piecing out, alright? Another thing about Hell is I think it's the main reason why this game exists in the first place, why there's so many enemies, where they are. Sorry, I don't think so. It's basically canon. There's this terminal right here that this is... Okay, I know I said that I didn't research up anything, but I did find an unlisted video in the P2 terminal that led me to a video that I was too lazy to decipher. So technically, this is one lore thing that I had to search up, but I still technically found it on my own. But it basically shows that Hell is alive in some way. I always assumed that it was even before... I always assumed that that was the case even before this terminal. Because, like, it was the creation of God, right? So I assumed that God couldn't just create a place. I thought it just had to create some sort of living being. But this terminal basically... what this terminal did was solidify that Hell is alive, rather than just, like, my headcanon, which is really cool. Hell's only reason for living and doing the things that it does is entertainment. I think I have a theory... I think I have a theory on what Hell is, or what entertainment is. I think I talk about it furthermore in the video. But, yeah. Hell is just the place, the setting that we do play the game in. It's the reason why enemies are there in the first place. That's the reason why enemies teleport, why doors lock. It says it right there. But, yeah. Okay. Moving forward. V1! V1, I feel like... Okay. So, this is also kind of teasing on a video that I'm making, but I will just kind of simplify it. The multi-chat is blocking it. I'm so sorry, chat. Hold on. Let me move you guys right here. Okay, is that better, chat? Okay, cool. So, when I was trying to think about what to talk about for Gabriel, or what I was trying to, like, okay, cool, I'm better. I'm assuming Sensei Wu didn't really know what to talk about for V1, because there quite literally isn't anything to talk about V1. While it is the character that we play, there really isn't anything of substance as a character, as like an actual character in the game. Like, even in the narrative of Ultra Kill, V1 is just so fucking jarring. I feel like V1 just doesn't fit. And then when I started making the actual video after being hungover, I realized, as a character... V1 is actually so ass. V1 is probably one of the worst characters in the game. But hold on. Like, for instance, V1 has no personality. It is just a fucking machine with no real reason to go down hell other than to, I need blood! And then that's basically the main reason, right? But, I still hate V1 as a character. But instead of looking at her as a character, look at her as a plot device. She's fucking amazing. V1 is probably the best example of a plot device in character form. In a quote-unquote organic form, V1 is probably the textbook example of a plot device. It basically challenges the actual main character, before I actually move on to that transition. V1, at her core, is simply just a machine, but more importantly, I feel like V1 is more of a tool for also the plot. V1 is the plot, is the tool for or is the plot device for none other than the actual main character. Oh, sorry, hold on. Okay, Sensei Wu wanted to talk more here. Simple except. Oh, okay. So I know I just said that V1 is just a machine and there's nothing else to her. Like, there's no sort of personality. But I don't want to ignore the fact that there is some sort of lingering consciousness in V1. Like, in the death terminal, she does say that she doesn't want to die. There's some sort of personality when she's going up against V2. It's like, you're not fucking getting away this time, right? But, like, ideas and, like, little points like this kind of take away from her main purpose for the theme, or for the narrative Ultra Kill. This is basically a distraction for what V1 actually is for the game. She is still, I think, just a plot device. I don't think this is meant to hint at some sort of consciousness in robots, but this isn't proof or supporting evidence to say that she's a good character, in my opinion. I really don't. And to help prove this example even more, V1 isn't the main character, isn't a character at all. She is more of a plot device for the actual main character. Yeah! It's Gabriel! It's Gabriel! It's Gabriel, chat! Oh my god, come on. Yep, it's the generic one. It's the generic theory, chat. I think Gabriel is the main star of this show for this entire game. Everything revolves around Gabriel and the actions that he does. Hold on, let me read the chats here. Your main character is also your plot device? No, the main character is Gabriel. I think the main character is Gabriel. Professor Lemoyne, my classmate Hack wants to ask you if the midterm quiz can be substituted with a 67... Hack! The edits that you sent me beforehand don't count! Okay? Send me Tedo edits. Or... Yuri edits. Okay? There you go. Chat, being present during the presentation during class is very important. Everything that I say in class should be expected to be on the exam. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. So yeah. If you don't like the idea of... V1 being the main character, maybe considering Gabriel instead as the main character will help you realize that V1 really is just a plot device for Gabriel. How do I say this? Gabriel, at the very beginning of his introduction, is simply just a boss. We don't really, like, during a first playthrough, we really don't know what Gabriel is other than an angel, right? We only know that he's petty, and he gets jealous, and gets upset that he loses, and there's a weird cutscene that hints at some sort of, like, character. But other than that, we just assume that he's a boss. The moment that we enter Heresy is when we realize that he is more important to the lore than meets the eye. And then after we beat him in Heresy, he becomes more of a character and then fully realized, but I'll get to that a little bit later. At this point of the... during the fight in Gluttony, V1 is a direct challenge and mirror of Gabriel. Because right now, he is just another opponent. In our eyes, Gabriel is simply just like another opponent to us, and that's basically also in the perspective of Gabriel as well. I go into this a little bit in my Gabriel video, but long story short, he's basically just doing whatever he's commanded to by the council, and that's why he's also like a mirror of Gabriel. And when he loses against us in Heresy, that's when he actually becomes his own character. That's when he becomes fully realized and fully developed. But at this point, he's how do I say this? V1's also used... God. Hold on. V1's also used to... Wow, okay, I need to stim again. Hold on. This is like my vape chat, I swear to God. Okay. Yeah, V1 for the entirety of the game is simply just meant to challenge Gabriel's faith and his reasons for doing things. V1 doesn't really know what the fuck she's doing when she defeats Gabriel every single time. When we defeat her in Gluttony, when we defeat her, when we defeat Gabriel in Heresy and Gluttony, I'm pretty sure V1 just has no fucking clue what's going on. So V1 just proceeds to keep going lower, and Gabriel's world just comes crashing down because of it. So I feel like V1's just meant to basically topple down the the ideas and the faith that Gabriel has at this moment, basically. Main character's cocky, Gabriel and Gluttony. Main character gets knocked down a peg, Gabriel and Heresy. Yeah, you watched my video, XM. You watched my video. That's basically it. Because, like, at this point in the game, he isn't a character. And then the moment that V1 challenges his faith and his perception of his priorities again in Heresy, that's when he becomes a character. And that's why his slaughtering of the council is, like, super important. Oh, okay. I guess I talk about him a little bit more. So, to recap again, the first time we see Gabriel in Act 1, he is, right now, simply just a boss. There's nothing of substance yet, right? But the moment V1 challenges his faith and his beliefs through just undeniable, combat and undeniable defeat, when he loses, he actually doubles down. He doesn't learn anything. And that's pretty normal when it comes to characters, right? It's pretty common for characters to still stick to a certain belief when challenged, right? I can't really think of any examples off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure all of you guys can. Let me try and think of some right now. If anyone has any ideas, by all means go ahead. But long story short, oh wait, hold on. Maybe I can think of an example. I haven't watched, like, media in a minute. Blah, 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 blah. Can anyone think of a character that, like, refused to change and... Oh, fuck it. Yeah, let's go with the Vinland Saga, chat. Let's go with Vinland Saga. For the entirety of Season 1, right, Thorfinn basically wanted to defeat Askeladd. Askeladd was the okay, I'm spoiling a little bit here if no one's watched Vinland Saga. But to summarize the plot, a character, Thorfinn, is constantly trying to get revenge through violence and just through pure violence and combat against the person that killed his father named Askeladd. But the moment Askeladd dies, he starts to realize that there is nothing else left for him other than that, and that's when his character starts to develop a little bit more into someone that resents combat, that resents violence and conflict and stuff like that. And I feel like you could kind of make the same thing against, you could kind of say the same thing to Gabriel to a certain extent, because in Vinland Saga, green website, Ultra Kill to Vinland Saga, how does this turn into a Vinland Saga though? I'm trying to just think of... Okay, so the reason why I talked about Vinland Saga is because I can't think of any other good examples right now. An example I'm trying to think of, or that I was having difficulty thinking of, was a character being challenged, but then being, like, with a certain belief being challenged through a character, right? And then for whatever reason, when that belief gets defeated, they instead double down, basically. Oh my fucking god, Arthur Morgan. Okay, green website. Bruh, spoilers. Okay, I'll stop talking about Vinland Saga then. I'll stop talking about Vinland Saga. But does that make sense about what I'm talking about though? I describe it better in the video that I prepped that hasn't come out yet, but yeah. After he gets tuberculosis, he realizes that being an outlaw is futile since he'll die sooner than later. I guess, yeah, okay, fuck it. Yeah, that could be a good example right there. So, I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, but I'm pretty sure, or I'm just kind of just basing off assumptions. Maybe Hack can fill in the blanks here. But, maybe he was constantly conflicted with the idea of being this bad or good person, but always considered to just do more of the worst thing for himself, I guess. But the moment he gets tuberculosis, he starts, like, changing for the better. That's basically what happens, right? So, again, Gabriel doubles down with the same toxic belief that he had during Gluttony, but the moment he loses again, that's when he actually changes and becomes a character. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Oh, right here. Wow, okay, perfect. Blood dispenser. He even says in chapter 6, I saw him clung hang, didn't feel nothing or something. Okay, whatever. Okay. Let me see. God Fister Act 2 loses again, finally gets hit, slaughter of the council, his own choice, lesson, freedom. Oh, okay, cool. What did I want to say here again? Boop, 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 boop. Finally lost. I should probably prep for these presentations. Okay, chat, this was a rough draft, okay? This is going to be a group hallucination, okay? I'm going to get better at this, trust me. I'm going to get better at this, trust me. Let me see. Man, I really should have proofread this before, like, passing out on my birthday. Man, this is starting to bite me in the ass. This is starting to bite me in the ass, chat. This is starting to bite me in the ass. Okay, so, again, with this, like, before we fight him in Heresy, again, he's still clinging on to this idea and this belief. Wow, I can't speak. Fuck! I can't spoke it tonight, chat! This sucks! When we get to the theories. After I talk about the characters. Alright, actually, just because I already talked about it, I'm just gonna move on. Alright! Wow. Fuck, dude. Why do I keep talking about Gabriel? Tonight, more like every day. Okay, whatever. You're just gonna call me out about my drinking problems? Go fuck yourself in. Anyways. Typosha! Alright. Yeah, okay, cool. I think I know what I wanted to say here. So, with Gabriel's development at its peak, after Act 2, I think there's really nothing else to talk about when it comes to Gabriel. Gabriel is finally becoming his own person, right? He's finally doing things with, like, without the council looming over him. He's actually doing his own things with his own autonomy. Usually when a character is fulfilled and there's nothing else to them, they usually just fucking die. And I think Gabriel dying in Act 3 will just be a perfect fitting conclusion for him. I mean, he's gonna die regardless, right? Because, like, he killed the council. Apparently, there's no other way to get God's light as far as we know. So, I like to just assume that that Gabriel will die in Heresy. And I think it's also fitting for him as well. Just because there's really nothing else to his character. He finally realized that, or he's finally his own person. He's finally making decisions on his own. But that decision will just lead to his death regardless of the outcome. If he wins against V1 or if he loses against V1, he's still gonna die regardless. I think that's the fate of Gabriel. I think he's just gonna die. Third time's the charm, right? Alright, any questions? I think that's all I had about Gabriel. Any questions? Tonight's the night. Okay. Any questions? I'm sure that was really confusing for everyone, so if something didn't make sense, by all means, please ask questions. I think Gabriel 3 will be the final battle, and he will die after we beat him. Yeah, I agree with that, because you are gay for Gabriel. I mean, have you heard his voice? When he said, come to me, ibuprofen. Final battle for Gabriel. Gabriel lives. I don't like the idea of Gabriel. Okay, well, okay. If Gabriel lives after our fight, he's gonna teleport, and then he's gonna die alone. Okay? I still think the game should end with Gabriel dying. Because, like, there's nothing else to his character. There really isn't. He found meaning, he found a passion, he found a newfound passion in this one final act of defiance against, I guess, just a lack of autonomy. He's now being his own person. He's gonna die. There you go. They're gonna have a straight wedding. Incorrect. They're gonna have a gay wedding. Yowie! Tonight's the night. It's gonna happen again and again. Yeah. This was meant to be a GIF. I don't know why it's freeze frames. He deadass says I can smell you. Like, okay. Yeah, he does. Checkmate. Man, no, that wedding is going to be as straight as like those like twisty things at those twisty things at supermarkets. Like they're straight at first, right? And then you bend them a little bit and they're just that pliable, you know what I'm saying? Shiver Gabriel, just don't give a damn anymore. He just wants to spend his final hours proving a point. Yeah, no. That's exactly it. He's proving a point that now he's his own person and he's going to die on his own accord. There you go. There you go. A lot. Yeah, you missed a lot, man. You missed me rambling and me, like, fumbling my words, like, nonstop. I'll be honest. I should have been more prepared for this stream. I should have been more prepared for this stream. I'll be so honest. Virginia, my home sweet home. I want to give you a kiss. Okay. Back. Welcome back. What the fuck? Someone! Hey, artist! Someone make Ben hack fan art! Ben X hack fan art! I need it ASAP! Ibuprofen! Wacky waving inflatable arm 2 man. Okay, whatever. I ate something. I'm glad you ate something. I need to eat something too. Alright, V2! We're moving on to V2. Bill of the week. How do I say this? How do I start the V2? How do I start V2? Where do I want to start when it comes to V2? I feel like V2 is the first introduction to bosses. And when I mean bosses, I mean more, rather than like the Leviathan or like the Earth Mover or like just bosses in general, I feel like V2 is the first introduction to bosses being a character or more than meets the eye. Like for instance, again, the Earth Mover has some sort of personality. The Leviathan is, I think, an amalgamation of different sinners. V2's first introduction is meant to be used as a way to hint at the audience to look deeper into the bosses. That bosses usually have more lore importance than you may realize. V2 is also used as the first skill check. V2 is the boss to kind of tell the player, this is what you should be expecting. Good fucking luck, chat. Like, good fucking luck, buddy. That's what V2 is used for. And that's also why I think V2 is fucking dead, because after Greed, you know exactly what to expect now, right? Like, after you fight her in Limbo, you're like, holy shit, are the levels just gonna get harder after this? Right? And then when you see V2 again, and you're like, oh, I got this in the bag, I know exactly what to expect. And then bam, V2's job is done at that moment. For the plot, V2 is done. There's no other reason for V2 to live. You can say that V2 was also used to provide arms, but I feel like there's going to be a better way to provide arms, and that's going to be more explained in my fraud video. I'm sorry, I really just don't want to like get into it because I'm just going to ramble. V2 is alive and we're married. Are you dead? Because that's the only way. Holy cow, it's a birthday stream. What? Yeah, my birthday was October 6th, but like this is my stream birthday, and look at me giving a presentation. V1 is a pile of scrap, cannot be reconstructed. She's alive. Alright. I'm not going to even talk about this slide because I've already, yeah, okay. Late birthday, yes. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. She's alive. Okay, I'm skipping this out of spite of you guys, okay? Minos. Okay. I fucking love Minos. I'm just gonna say it right here. I think Minos is one of the best characters in the game. And I think to really solidify it, my opinion, I think Minos is also one of the most important characters in the game. I think Minos' role... Oh, sorry. How do I start this? Minos as a character is meant to basically set a precedent for the entire story moving forward. Minos sets the precedent for how complex the narrative is actually going to be for the rest of the game, the characters, how developed they are actually able to be, as well as the thematic tone for basically all of the stories of Ultra Kill. Minos is very important because... Oh, But yeah, no, I think that's just my opinion on Minos. Minos is more important than you guys realize, because the moment you fight Minos, that's usually when you start looking at the story a little bit deeper. On your first playthrough, the moment you fight Minos, you're like, what the fuck just happened, dude? And that's when you start researching about like the game on the in a deeper level. That's why I think Minos is so important. I also realize how fucking jarring Minos is at the first introduction, right? Because like Minos is the biggest anomaly. Minos is the biggest anomaly when we're first introduced to him, right? But it's that like jarring nature that basically sets the tone for the rest of the story. That's also what I wanted to say. Hey, don't draw anything. He'll never bring your wife back, okay? But yeah, no. I think Minos is really important. I actually started making a video for him at the gym today, and it will go further into my opinion on Minos. But long story short, Minos is probably one of the most important characters in the game, in my opinion. Any questions? I'm willing to elaborate further if anyone asks questions. Oh, okay. Actually, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go down the list here. Narrative tone. Again, because of how jarring, even like getting into this level into the first place is probably super, super important. Because again, it forces you to not only just perfect the levels, but kind of understand them in a deeper way. Like, rather than like getting better at the game and knowing spawns, it's also like indirectly telling you to look further into the game. Character tone, one thing that I realized about Minos is I had no fucking clue what I fought. Like, my first impression of him when I fought him was like, what the fuck did I just fight? But at the same time, I felt like I knew Minos the entire game. Like, I kind of expected him to come out of the prison, the flesh prison. And, like, I kind of expected it. I kind of expected him to be there in some way. Whether it be through, like his voice, like, through the flesh prison, or, like, actually fighting him. But it was really cool to exit out of the flesh prison. I thought that was a really cool, introduction. But even before that, Minos was constantly hinted, like, in the layers. Like, even the boss, the corpse of King Minos, if you look into the terminal of King Minos, you start realizing that's not Minos, that's, like, his husk, right? And then when you fight him in P1, you're like, oh, that's where his soul went. So it's like, again, Minos, again, because he's so jarring, helps set the tone for the rest of the characters moving forward. Like, even Gabriel, for instance. Like, Gabriel, we don't technically, level design-wise, we don't know Gabriel is a character until Heresy, in my opinion. Gabriel is still just a boss, even after we defeat him in Gluttony. But the moment we fight Minos, and he's like technically a reoccurring character, that's when we realize that Gabriel is more than meets the eye as well. And that's what I mean by Minos sets the precedent for, like, the character tone. And finally, I also think that Minos is the saddest character in the game. He really didn't do anything. He really didn't do anything to deserve anything that he got. But it's that sadness that kind of exemplifies, or it kind of, how do I describe this? Minos' story and death kind of sets the tone for the rest of the other stories moving forward, as well as it can also be used to predict future events as well. Like, for instance, God, right? It's obvious that this story was going to be relatively sad, just because, like, God himself is also fucking depressed. But I think Minos really solidifies that as well. But yeah, I'm too lazy to describe that. What I love about him is how much he genuinely cared about his people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. What the fuck am I listening to? Oh, the Splatoon music. I like that part too, but when this part is more just looking at the characters as, like, for the narrative as a whole. But yeah, no, that part was, he genuinely cared, and it's really sad that he died the way he did, which was basically he hoped that Gabriel would listen to reason, but at that point of the story, he was simply just a tool for the council. Again, at that point, he still wasn't a character. And this goes back to my into my character tone, right? Because, at that point in the story, Gabriel, in my opinion, really isn't a character. He is simply just a tool for the council. But here, in even Minos' story, shows Gabriel's blind obedience to the council, and it's only when V1, the actual plot device for Gabriel's story and character arc, that's when he starts to realize that everything he's done was not his own, and that's what leads to the slaughter of the council, blah 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 blah. But yeah, okay, going back to thematic tone, it also shows how merciless this story is. I feel like a lot of people have high hopes for V1 at the end of the game. Like, a lot of theories that I've seen, or that I've seen, like, speculating around, is it tends to be very positive, like, really hopeful. Like, for instance, I saw, like, there's, like, a bunch on my Encore videos, or my Gabriel video, where it was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Ultra Kill 2 and 3. I don't think that at all. I think the Encore levels are basically just showing the result of what's going to happen at the end of the game after Gabriel dies. Everything is going to basically crumble, and this world will restart anew. I think that's what's going to happen, and the reason why I came to that conclusion is Minos. This world is merciless, it's melancholic, it's sad. Nothing good will happen to any character in this game at all. I really don't. And Minos was the first example of that happening. A actual, just like, a wonderful civilization just crushed instantly because Gabriel was not fully realized at that point. And just because of that, yeah, it sucks. Any questions? Any questions? Minos made a city for gooners. He a good guy. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no. I was actually the ambassador between sinner layers. I was actually the profane ambassador, okay? Minos' theme induces a perfect feeling of melancholy. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna talk about that more in my other video, don't worry. Little thing, I feel like we won't get any hints of who P3 boss will be, unless Corpse King Minos always in the background. And greed. Yeah, no, I agree as well. That's why I don't think it's Lucifer. Okay, I don't want to get into the theory crafting yet, but I'll just say it right now. I don't think it's going to be Lucifer. I think Lucifer should be presented in the same way Sisyphus's body was in Greed when we get the saw blades. Literally just there, just stagnant, doing nothing, frozen. I think that would be a really cool way to have Lucifer. Like, maybe with his, like, wings off, but I don't know who I don't know. Jesus Prime, okay, yeah. Lucifer is such a cliche and refuse. Yeah, Equal, remember that conversation we had? I thought about it a little bit more. Yeah, I was right. I was right to assume that it was a stupid idea. Jesus Prime won't happen, but it sounds super fucking funny. Yeah, I feel like it's in the same tone as God of War. Like, I've seen, like, dumb theories about, like, Kratos going through Christianity and, like, forgiving his sins, and he, like, the ash on his skin just reverts back, and I thought it was just the funniest thing. I thought it was the funniest thing, and it's just so funny. It just reminded me of that every time I see Jesus Prime. I don't think it's gonna happen, though. I really don't. But, when it does happen, chat, when it does happen, noob in my Discord will make Neru Prime. They will make Neru Prime, okay? We already got Miku Prime, we already got Teto Prime, we need Neru Prime, alright? Haruka, get on that ASAP. Alright, anyways. Let me go back. Okay. Any questions on Minos and my opinions on Minos? Any questions on this? Hikita Neru. It's probably going to be someone else than Lucifer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough of Christianity or Dante's Inferno to come to an actual clear, coherent opinion on it. Minos, a good guy. I mean, he's a cool guy. I don't think he's like a good guy. He is a cool guy though. But when do I have to turn in my 50 Arthur Morgan exits? I thought it was 67. Alright, someone's shaving off the points. Alright, I'm moving forward. Syphilis! Syphilis... Sorry, actually, I'm not gonna even say that joke because of how cool he is. Sisyphus is the fucking GOAT. How do you make a character that is the hardest one in the game, but is also a character that everyone fucking loves without a doubt? You make that boss exactly like the character. You make the boss exactly like the gamer. Sisyphus is us in boss form, in my opinion. The entire level is basically just determination and struggle incarnate. That's basically what Sisyphus is. His terminal description basically shows that he did the insurrection knowing he was going to lose, but just did it for the love of the fucking fight. What a fucking G, dude. That guy's awesome. The entire level during his introduction is ruthless. It's, again, merciless. There is, how did I describe it? Yeah, it's merciless. It's unrelenting. And at the end of that, you get a harder boss. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, really? Are you serious? This is what we get, a harder boss after going through that actual hellscape? We're in hell. Why does this feel like hell? You know what I'm saying? But throughout the entire time we're fighting him, he is constantly just doing it for the love of the fucking fight. He is there knowing he's going to lose every single time, but he does it anyways, and he enjoys it. And that is the exact reflection of us as a player in this level as well. The first time we beat this, we probably were like more than 10 deaths deep. I'm not saying that everyone... Okay, no, I am saying that everyone fucking died to this boss, but no matter how many times we lost, we kept moving forward, we kept struggling, and we eventually did beat Sisyphus. That struggle is exactly what Sisyphus enjoys the entire time. Yeah, no, again, that's how you make a character. That's how you make one of the hardest characters in the game the best and most favorited fight in the game. There are a bunch of instances of, like, hard bosses, and everyone fucking hates them. There has to be another thing, another aspect, another, like, factor that you need to have in order to make a really boss fun. And Sisyphus was perfect, because Sisyphus basically was us the entire time. My humble 187 deaths on Classic. I think mine was... What was mine, chat? I know it was under 100. I know it was under 100 for sure, chat. I know mine was under 100. But, yeah, that's my opinions on Sisyphus. I didn't focus on his narrative presence because Sisyphus himself didn't even care about that, in my opinion. He literally just cared for the struggle, and that's the most important aspect of his character is. He is, again, us incarnate, and I think that's really cool. I think the way that his character was done, how he was introduced, the levels and the fights before it was absolutely god tier perfect, in my opinion. This boss was amazing. And you can tell because it's probably the most coherent I've been the entire stream. But yeah, I still think Minos is the most important character. This Sisyphus is awesome, dude. Sisyphus is awesome. Alright. Oh, any questions? I'm done with the character part. I'm done with the character part. I'm done with the character part. Any questions? Anyone want to raise their hands? He quite literally says, keep him coming when you die and respawn. Yeah, no, exactly. He's just like, come on. This guy's a fucking G. This guy's a goat. This guy's awesome. Is Sussypuss so greedy? Actually, yeah. Sisyphus average rage game player. A very important question. What's up, Tem? Raise a hand. I appreciate you actually physically raising your hand. What's up, brother? Do you think respawning is canon? Oh, damn! Oh, man. I don't know. I really don't. Fuck! That's such a hard question, because, like, how can you justify a respawn? Even in video games in general, how do you justify a respawn? It's so hard. I don't want to answer that question. Can I plead the fifth here? Why is Sisyphus drawn as Tedo? Because I saw a cover edit of the P2 soundtrack with Tedo, and then Haruka drew Tedo, or Sisyphus, as Tedo. So I just kept it going. So here's Miku Prime, here's Tedo Prime. That was a very important question. See, chat, questions like that is what keeps me going, okay? I think Hell itself revives V1 because it likes her. Maybe? Oh, wait, actually? Okay, I'm gonna develop that theory a little bit more, chat. I'm gonna develop that theory a little bit more. But, other than that, yeah, okay. I like that theory. But the only thing... Okay, so I'm just developing. With that theory in mind, the only thing that I could assume... No, that doesn't make sense either. Oh! Okay, V1. Okay, assuming that... I'm going into this thinking with the impression or with the idea that that theory is correct, okay? This is just me supporting it. V1 was still in the prototyping phase, and Hell has been constantly seen learning and researching humanity. So maybe V1 really was still in the prototyping phase. Hell finished it when humanity went extinct, and now its first directive was, you just need to keep going further down Hell. Right? Wait, hold on. Hell, wait. Blood is fuel. What font was that, chat? What font was that? Ah! There it it is. Okay. Okay, assuming that that theory is correct. The only times we have seen font red is with Hell. The only times we have seen font is red is with Hell. I'm pretty sure. And yes, you can assume that the spacing between letters also, right? But overall, Hell is usually depicted by having this red font. You could maybe have the idea that V1, the V1 that we play, is the creation of Hell based off the prototyping of humanity before the war ended. And this is the directive that it's giving it. That's the only way I could see checkpointing being a, justifiable. That's the only way I could see it. Are we on the same wavelength right now, Maniac? Are we on the same wavelength? Are we? I'm pretty sure we're on the same wavelength. Welcome back, Ches. Welcome back. But yeah, I don't want to assume that. I don't want that to be my headcanon though, because there's just not enough we could. Maybe we'll learn it in treachery, or maybe we'll see it in fraud. Who fucking knows, bro? I believe we are. Okay, cool. So V1 uses blood to repair herself, right? Gluttony is entirely flesh, which has blood in it. In 6-1, there's a room where there's like some glass pillars that have some red things in it, which is probably blood. In 0-2, there's unbreakable glass with blood behind it. Hell itself has a lot of blood. Who's to say that it can't somehow get the scraps of V1 and repair it? I mean, yeah, that too, Tem. I guess I like my idea better because there's more thinking to it, okay? It's more complicated, okay? I like my idea better. I like Hell having more presence in the plot than it has right now. But yeah, that also... See, this is why I didn't want to solidify it, because there's just not enough to work with. But I do like the idea, Autistic. I mean, Maniac. Maniac and Tem, I like both your ideas. But yeah. I like both your ideas. Okay, anyways, moving forward. Alright, we are going to do the music... Oh, wait, what? I changed my... Oh, okay, I guess we're not doing the music part anymore. What are we doing now? Ah! Theory crafting! I guess we're doing the theory crafting now, chat. Sensei Wu said no music. I talked about the music enough. We're going straight to the theory crafting. Alright. This next section will be pretty self-explanatory. This is the official theory crafting part. The first part was me going through the lore and piecing that together. The second part was me talking about my opinions on the characters. This lecture long as... I know, I'm sorry. When I started rambling about Gabriel, that's when the stream was fucked. I apologize. I should not have yapped about Gabriel that long. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. But the music... I've talked about the music so much. Apparently, I thought that the theory crafting was more important, okay? Alright. First, we're going to talk about theories that I have more supporting evidence. And then we will be talking about theories that are a little bit more speculative, but I still believe are my headcanons or are true. Alright. Number 1, supporting wow, alright. Sensei Wu is lazy as fuck, dude. Okay. This is deadass just a screenshot. Okay, whatever. Machines. Okay. Supporting evidence. Machines are alive in some way, shape, or form. There is some sort of lingering consciousness within all of them. I personally like to think it's because of the blood. But I also think it's because of their ability to see through, like, an optic lens of some kind. I'm not going to get into this because it's more into the speculative part. But long story short, machines are alive in some way because of blood. V1 is seen begging not to die. There is a book that's what I'm assuming is in the perspective of a gutterman, basically regretting taking the blood of the human, inside of him. So there is some sort of consciousness. Oh, V2 gets angry when she gets punched by her own arm. You know what I'm saying? There is something about machines that have some sort of consciousness that are alive. But I do want to reiterate, because I really don't like V1 as a character. This isn't me canceling out my opinions on V1. I still think V1 is meant as a plot device for Gabriel's story, the true main character of the story. But I do not want to neglect that robots still have some sort of consciousness. It's just not relevant for the discussion as a whole, for, like, on the idea of, like, Ultra Kill. This narrative. Eyes flashed on your could that be hell observing? We'll get to hell in just a second. Don't worry, trust me. I got you, Chesney. I got you. Teacher, I request I share. By all means, go ahead. I appreciate you asking first. Thank you. Yes, KK Gamer. What's your question? Sir. Finally got home. Also, what fuck Kasane Tennis... Hold on, is there anything incriminating on here? How do we know this is true? Is this like is this a leaker of some kind? Has this person been right at all? Tenno's coming. Okay, I guess I'm playing Fortnite. Chat, I guess I'm playing Fortnite if this is true, chat. Yeah. Remember that promise I made? I would only play Fortnite if Tenno joins Fortnite. Well, looks like I'm doing it, chat. Looks like I'm doing it. Looks like I'm fucking doing it, chat. Looks like I'm doing it. That's crazy. If this leaker is true, then yeah, no, this shit's awesome. That's awesome, dude. That's cool. Also, I just realized the kazoo on my face is backwards. Chat, you blow through the other side of the kazoo the whole here. Wait, I'll show you what it sounds like when you blow from the side that's on the screen right now. Hold on. And then here's on the correct side. You see that? There's a difference. I believe that Gabriel will also give you his... Oh, God. Fuck you! I'm sorry. I don't like that theory at all. I really don't like that theory of Gabriel's. You'll see it tomorrow. KK Gamer, I love you, man. I'm sorry. I just really don't like that theory. I'm sorry. I love you, brother. Brother, I love you. I love you so much. That anger was not directly towards you. I just don't like that theory. I don't like that theory at all. Anytime I hear Gabriel's arm or Gabriel's sword, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, sorry, read it all? Okay. And who is gold? Gabriel. Fuck you. I'm not taking that as solid advice. We have no... Hold on. We have no evidence of... Hold on. Stop chatting, chat! We have no evidence of anything else right now, so I believe that will happen. Okay, you can choose to believe that. I will choose that to think you're wrong. I'm sorry. I really don't like that idea. I believe that Gabriel will also give you his arm or armor because it's gold. Oh, wait, sorry. I also believe that... Stop! Okay, I also believe that there might be a Ultra Kill or some type of sequel. Because of Dante's Infernos. Actually, if you want to get real hypothetical, after Dante's Inferno, it goes through Mount Purgatory, then Heaven. But I really like the idea of Ultra Kill just ending here. I think it just fits the whole narrative perfectly. Again, this is what I meant earlier when I see a lot of theories online saying that, like, having a more hopeful theme of the game, right? Like, V1 just pursuing his crusade down whatever part of a new area that we further explore. I like the idea that the moment V1 and the machines kill everything, the world is done for. There's nothing else to do anything for. Everything will eventually just shrivel, like, wither and die. I think I like that idea a lot better. I don't like the idea of Gabriel's sword. KK Gamer, just watch my ARM video when it comes out tomorrow. Just trust me. Just trust me. It's based off Dante's Inferno, right? But in the last layer, treason, treachery. It's treachery. He's stuck in treachery. Lucifer is stuck in ice. Hoikita, when questioned, says Jesus and Lucifer will not be in the game, so I believe God will. I don't think so. Hell is dead, blood is fuel, heaven is full. I mean, yeah, but like, God, I just don't like the idea of it, you know? I really don't. I like where the game is right now. We use Gabriel's feet to get... Is this God of War chat? No! Be the one frozen in ice, and if you read Gabriel, when he killed the console on the last member, he said, face it, brother, God is gone. I believe Gabriel did something to God, and now he's frozen in ice. No, he just fucking left. I'm so sorry, KK Gamer. I am not agreeing with your theories, but they are theories, so It could be right. Who knows? I just don't think I don't think the evidence supports it. I really don't. Because right now, in this point in the game, God is gone right now. God left, and that's when, like, hell and heaven went into disarray. That's when hell started to thrive a little bit, and then Gabriel stepped in, and then Gabriel started fixing things, and then that's when Gabriel made things how things were before God left. If you look into Gabriel, Gabriel is the right... Yeah, okay. There were 3 brothers, technically, I'm pretty sure there were 3 brothers. Lucifer, Gabriel, and I forgot the other one, because I'm not religious. It makes sense that Gabriel would know what happens to his god. I guess? Teacher, can I make a suggestion? Yeah, sure. I think Hell dying would wrap everything up because, like you said, Minos gives some kind of sense that no matter what, there isn't a happy ending. And I truly think that since V1 went to Hell just to try and survive, it would be set up well enough that saying you actually die in the end wouldn't feel like bullshit. Yes, I agree with that. I don't like this idea of hopefulness in this game. This game is, like, Minos sets a precedent, God itself sets the precedent that this game is sad, it's melancholic, and it's merciless. It's unrelenting, basically. Sensei Wu, in their uninhabited enlightenment, may need Adderall, considering how this presentation is orientated. I don't like Adderall. I like what's the one that I usually take? Hold on, let me double check. I got my med pill somewhere. Hold on. I got my pill somewhere. I ran out of them though. I'm off my meds. I'm off my rockers. Automozentine, I don't know. But, Adderall makes me hyphy, dude. I don't know. I like the non-stimulated one. Can I actually send a fun fact? Yeah, sure. The pills are the reason why he's alive, by the way. Yeah, exactly. But, yeah. Fent. Man, I wish. Not in this economy though. It's way too expensive. Let me see. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't like I just don't like those theories. But again, you're completely fine to believe those theories. Okay. Anyways, resuming. Climax motif. All right. This one is a little bit less confirmed, but I do think there's a decent amount of supporting evidence. In my latest video, I bring up the idea of don't ignore my theory. What'd you say? The pills are the reason he's alive. By the way, I didn't. Oh. Theory, the blood, okay, the theory, stop chatting! The blood gives the machine sentience, but the engineers kept removing the sentience that doesn't help in combat, except, like, anger and stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I like to think that they developed consciousness through the blood, like, slowly but surely, but, yeah. May I give a concept of the gold arm if it was revealed to me in a dream? Yeah, sure, I guess. There's just, like, not enough to work with it. No, I wasn't done. I mean, I feel like I'm just gonna disagree with you regardless. I'm sorry, KK Gamer. I'm sorry. I feel like there's just not enough, like, evidence to prove that. And I don't know. V1 has the most sentience because he's the most exposed, she's the most exposed to it. I guess, yeah. I guess. Therefore, V1's Einstein. Alright, that's the only good theory I've heard so far, Chuck. The only good theory I've heard is that E3 is going to be Gabriel shaking ass, okay? That's the only... Oh, no. Yeah, E3. That's the only one. If Ultra Kill ever does get a second game, I don't think it will be a post-game. It will instead take place in the same world and timeline, but another timeline and time that I doubt will be too heavily related to the first game. However, a heaven-centered game would be pretty metal. I do agree with that. Thank you, Equal, for interpreting exactly what I meant here. Alright, climax motif! I'm moving forward! We're getting off topic. All the questions I say are meant to refer to that slide, chat, alright? Any past questions that you may have from the entire presentation can be asked to me after class. Okay, moving forward. The climax motif. This is not a confirmed motif, but none of the motifs in this game are are confirmed in any way. It's more just like interpretations based off everyone's opinion just instantly agreeing. But there is a motif in both of the crescendo levels. It goes like, and I think that's meant to represent the crescendo or the level before the climax or the fights against Gabriel. Let me just play them real quick if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, listen to this real quick. You hear that piano in the back? Wait, that one, right? Now listen here, now listen here. I think that motif, I think that motif is also going to be present in Treachery. I mean, we heard it both in Gluttony, we heard it in Heresy. I think we're also going to hear it in Treachery. I think that's a good theory. I think that's a good thing to assume as well. I also think that motif hints at Gabriel's presence. It's not just a motif representing the level before the climax. I think it also represents Gabriel's presence in some way, shape, or form. I like to think, I'll get to this a little bit later, I'm pretty sure, if Sensei Wu put it in. I'm pretty sure Sensei Wu put it in, because this has always been a favorite theory of mine. I think Gabriel was present in some way in the Gluttony layer, in the belly of the beast. The way he was able to actually observe us, I'll get to a little bit later, but I will say it somewhat involves the eyes in that layer, basically. But, yeah, that's all I'll say for now. That's all I'll say. So again, that's going to be implemented in some way in the Treachery crescendo level, for sure, 100%. My awe hurt because of the big burrito that came out in the bathroom. Oh, like that's crazy. Like width or like length? Width is crazy though. But like, no way Gabriel was in Gluttony. I like to think, okay, again, I don't want to get into it right now, but I do think there was a way that Gabriel was watching us in that time. The reason why it's not solidified is because we don't hear him. The only time we hear him in any crescendo layer is in 6-1, where he's like, I know you're here, come to me. That's the moment. But like, I like to think he's watching us. Again, this is a theory. This is a theory with what I'm assuming is supporting evidence. Okay, I'm not saying that this is canon. This is basically, these are headcanons. These headcanons are what I think are a little bit more supported. But then ones after this section will be the more speculative ones. Okay, I'm resuming. I like to think that Gabriel, at this point of the game, in Act 1 Crescendo, he didn't think of us as any threat at this point of the game. He just thought, like, oh, machine's moving? Like, let me just take a look at how fast this machine's moving. And then he sees our kick-ass moves. I canceled the sands, you fucker! I canceled the sands! The stream's already going longer. The stream's already going longer than what I assumed. I'll refund you anyways for UG. What was I saying? I already forgot. This is why I took out the Sans redeem, because it would have messed up my whole momentum. Oh, yeah. Right now, he doesn't think of us as any challenge right now. He just thinks, he's just looking at us and being like, oh, it's just a machine. All right. When he descends one more level down, that's when I'll warn him, right? But then in Heresy 6-1, he knows of what we're capable of and that he's actually capable of losing against us. And he's also when he's the most angry. So he's like, I know you're here, you fucker. But like, if Gabriel showed up in any way as like a boss before that, he would have probably behaved the same exact way in Heresy 6-1. Push-ups? Wait, who redeemed the... Oh, okay. I'll do that. Thank you. I'll do that right now. Hold on. You guys ready? You ready? Hold on. Alright, there you go. There you go. I redeemed water? When did you redeem water? Oh, my bad, bro. Hold on. Let me, Alright, there you go, water. That's 14. Fuck off. I did 15. I skipped the 2 numbers that would make you guys go crazy. I skipped those numbers. I skipped them. I didn't say them out loud. I said them in my head. Okay. I'll do one more. 15. Wow. Do it, senpai. Okay. Okay. Any questions on this slide and this slide alone? We are not sidetracking, chat. We are not sidetracking. Any questions on this theory? Alright, cool. Moving forward. Teleporting. Oh, this is going to be a fun slide, chat. This is going to be a fun slide. Teleporting is a really niche thing before the secret terminal, Babel Link. Teleporting before this was just a way for enemies to come to the floor near us. But the moment that we see... the moment, or when... But when that terminal description was released, there was more that meets the eye when it comes to teleporting. This teleportation is actually Hell's way of teleporting enemies to us. But that also kind of raises the question why we don't teleport. If Hell is able to just kind of teleport things whenever it fucking wants to, why hasn't Hell teleported us? I think it's for a couple reasons, but long story short, Hell is kind of teleporting us. Hell is teleporting us by falling. Every time we fall to a new level, that is our form of teleportation. And the reason why Hell just doesn't teleport us willy-nilly and instead forces us to go through this basically super gorish and violent trial to get to a checkpoint is a segue to another theory I have. Let's see if it's the next one. Entertainment. Alright, cool. Alright, Sensei Wu has some sort of, like, actual, like, formatting. Okay, cool. The reason why we don't teleport willy-nilly is because at the current moment, V1 is the best form of entertainment that it has right now in Hell. Hell is constantly just watching us and doing everything Hell does is not defense, it's not attack, it's entertainment. It says it right here. It says it right... Oh god. It says it right... I don't know if you guys can read it, but I'll just read it to you guys. This is not an attack, this is not defense, this is entertainment. This is an exhibition of death and cruelty and suffering for its own sake. It has grown tired of what it had, and we unwillingly just offered ourselves up. Okay, whatever. But long story short, everything Hell does, teleporting, locking doors, is for entertainment, and V1 is probably... V1's basically just the gladiator in the Gladiator movie, or just a gladiator in general. And then the monsters that we fight is basically just Hell, like, throwing things at us just for entertainment. But yeah, another thing that hints at this idea of entertainment and everything that we're going through in Hell being entertainment is also the naming of the stages, like what did I say here? Stage naming convention. So okay, I thought someone exclamation pointed Discord. So again, everything that we're doing, everything that is in the game is usually just for entertainment for Hell. Hell is setting the stage for itself to watch V1 go through it easily, lickety-split. And aside from the enemies, aside from the teleportation, aside from the doors locking, I feel like the naming conventions of all the layers are also really important as well. The way that the game is organized like a fucking play, dude. Crescendo, climax, act 1, 2, and 3, a fucking encore, dude. Hell, this is... it's fucking crazy. The moment I looked at the menu one day, and I'm like, why does this, like, play out like an actual play? Like, prelude, act 1, act 2, act 3, crescendo, climax. Like, these naming conventions, the names of, like, levels, kind of hints at this idea of entertainment. And I think this whole game is just meant for Hell as well. Hell no, why is... Okay. But, yeah, I think that's... Okay, cool. That's my opinion on Hell, entertainment, and teleporting. Any questions on these sections? Any questions? On these alone, additional questions will be left after, chat. Hell is just a fangirl. I agree with that. There's no form of king and violence, and oh wait, are you a new chatter? Welcome in. And nothing seems to hint that fraud on either based... Wait, what? Well, let me pop this out because it keeps like auto clicking out for some reason. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna read that chat. HRM Games. Judging on wait, hold on. Did you chat before this? Okay. 2. Judging by the structures of the previous prime motifs, they end on this song and are played 10. So I believe that 8, 2, and for 7, 2. I love to think that Hell can just literally teleport the corpse of King Minos anywhere. I like the idea too. Hell supports consent. I'm a villain, not a monster. I'm Hell, not the devil. Like, all right. Hell just fangirl. Okay, I'm gonna see. Can we get Hell pregnant? I maybe. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's fuck Hell. Where did this conversation go? How are you not poisoned yet? Lemon, I spiked your drink. I'm patient 0 of all poisons. Try again. V2 was probably boring as fuck. I agree with that. I think V2 was literally just trying to survive doing nothing. They're just camping out in limbo, and then V1 just shows up out of nowhere, just like, ooh, finally. I'll take Gabriel, by the way. Guys, go on without me! This Mind Flayer is too much! I'll hold the line, I got the Mind Flayer. No, I'm fine! Guys, I'm fine! Trees, just go away! Just trust, I got the Mind Flayer. I got it, trust me. Got to go by. Alright, take care, KK Gamer. Take care. A fucking poly ship with V1, Hell, V2, Gabriel, and the Ferryman. Jesus, that's gonna be the most toxic poly relationship I've ever heard in my life. But, like, that's probably the most common textbook of a poly relationship. Am I right or am I right, lads? For the entertainment theory, the fact that Hell keeps feeding V1 more fodder instead of just starving her means that Hell wants to keep V1 alive for some reason. For entertainment. Literally, that's the reason for everything here. And if we go under the assumption that Hell's also reviving V1 in some way, that's just more proof about entertainment as well. You're right, lad. Not that grammar, though. It's actually Y-O-U-R-E. V2 was probably just mad chilling in limbo. I mean, yeah. Yeah. There's no other way to fuel itself, so it might as well just camp out and do nothing else. To be fair, V1 was designed for war and fight. V2 was more focused on survival. Exactly! So it definitely was camping out in limbo, right? Yeah, see, this guy gets it. Aviation, there you go. For real. Alright, moving forward. It seems like no one has more questions on this. Encore levels, another timeline. First chatter, welcome in. Second of all, I don't think so. I think it's a continuation. I made a whole video on the Encore levels on my YouTube. If you're interested, let me send it. Let me see if I can just send it to the chat real quick. Hold on. But yeah, no, I make videos on Ultra Kill right now. Ultra Kill is probably the game that I'm the most interested in right now. But I also don't want to be known as, like, the Ultra Kill guy. I still want to be, like, more of a... variety streamer, if that makes sense. But here is the link to that Encore video if you are interested. Oh, oops, Doc. Hey man, I discovered your channel literally just now, but happy birthday. Thank you! Every time anyone mentions my birthday, I play a little jingle, a little phrase on my kazoo here. It's your birthday? My birthday was October 6th, but this is my first stream after my birthday, so this is me hanging out with you guys. Be grateful. Any viewers, welcome. I haven't done this in ages. Any viewers, welcome in. Chat, follow, do whatever you want. Yapping about Ultra Kill after not watching any lore stuff. All right, moving forward. Give me your best jingle, soldier. There you go. Play the jingle birthday. Oh, Corn! What part should I go for? Should I go for the bass or should I go for the melody, chat? Should I go for the melody or should I go for the bass? What do you guys want? What do you guys want? What are you guys itching for? What are you guys itching for? I saw that video in Spanish where it said that it is possibly a timeline where V1 arrives later in hell, and since he sees differently due to the low resolution, it may be... Okay, whatever. Refund, my horse is dead. What is this, fucking a cappella group? Play the fucking... Okay, whatever. Alright, whatever, bro. I got multiple kazoos. Where's my other kazoo? I can't go that way! Wait, did you say not quite my tempo? Whoa, I fucked up the membrane on this one already. Oh, fuck, I can't hear it. Hold on. Oh fuck, I fucked up the membrane here. Oh, I fucked up the membrane, like actually, hold on. Oh, I fucked up the membrane on this one already. I gotta 3D print those. I need to 3D print more of them with detachable membrane screws. We have lost the plot. My bad. Someone told me to kazoo, and my innate talent pushed through. It persevered. Okay, just like Sisyphus. He's kazooing it so good now. I will admit that there is some delay between the stream. So if I was most likely dragging if you guys were hearing it. Oh my god, are you one of those single tear people? Are you looking at, do I look like a fucking double rainbow tear? Okay, whatever. Wait, oh wait. Oh my god. Are you one of those single tiered people? Do I look like a fucking do I look like a double fucking rainbow to you? Alright, whatever. Can you do a part from 1E Ultra Kill? Okay, I'll do this after chat. Wait, hold on. What part? Never mind. I'll do it right now. We're going through the second part. Hold on. Would you want 1E? Oh, I know what part you wanted. I know what you want. I know what you want. I know what you want. You want the weird time signatures. The one where it just goes back and forth. Which part do you want? Yeah, no, I know chat. Guys, you guys forget I was in Drumline. You guys forget I was almost in Blue Devils, okay? Lock in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, I got it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, I got it. I'm not doing the whole thing, chat. That's 5 minutes long. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I mean, literally 3 hours. I mean, literally just rambling. Okay, this is literally an introduction, like, stream, but for 3 hours straight. Okay, I'm moving the fuck on. Speculative. All right, this last section are theories that these theories have less weight behind them, but I think all of these theories that I have, they honestly, if I think about them a little bit more, I feel like it could be considered somewhat a little bit more canon. But as they are right now, I know for a fact there isn't a lot of weight, a lot of evidence supporting it. But I feel like if I just look a bit deeper, they are actually true, and some people would consider it. Encore! Alright, so again, I made a whole video on this. I think Encore is simply just a continuation after we go down hell. You guys can watch the video, but I'll just summarize it here right now. One of the main important factors about the Encore levels is when we unlock them. The Encore levels, we unlock them when we're supposed to unlock them the moment we finish the game in Treachery. But because Fraud is taking a decent amount of time, they gave us a little taste of what's to come, which was the Prelude level as well as the Limbo levels. But but a lot of people don't realize we weren't supposed to get them yet, but they were in development, and they were expected to be played after we beat the game, after we beat Treachery. That was one of the main reasons. The other two reasons were more of the theory aspect, but I feel like the Encore's unlock condition is the main driving factor of this theory being correct. Another thing is because it's called Encore, I've already been through the last theory was me just ranting about how I think Hell is just using us as entertainment. And I think the phrasing of Encore is really important here. We've completed Hell, but Hell wants an Encore. Hell still wants us to keep going, so it makes us go through these levels again with a harder challenge and a different layout. That's basically it. I put it in speculative because there's just not enough to work with the Encore levels. I feel like if we have like maybe 2 or maybe 3 more levels of just the layout and the level design of the Encore levels, I feel like that can give us a more definitive conclusion of what they are or where they are. I disagree with this theory, but pop off, Queen. That's fine too. Again, it's just a theory. Again, it's speculative, chat. What the fuck? Where am I? And again, chat, we're in the speculative section of the presentation, okay? And we're in the speculative. So like you can disagree with me this entire stream, chat. You can disagree with me the entire stream. Because I still haven't watched any lore videos. I still haven't researched like anything official. Everything I'm saying here is based off my interpretations of the terminals and what I've been given in the game. I have not watched anything else, chat. I have to dip, but I will watch the VOD. Alright, take care, Equal. Take care. This is going to be the last... Yeah. This is going to be the last thing. Don't worry. What if the terminals who want Encores... what if it's the terminals who want Encores since they're bored? But the terminals have no power over where we go. They have no power over... They have no power over the teleportation, the doors locking at all, where we go in Hell at all. You can assume that it's maybe a simulation, and if you want to assume that it's the terminals doing it, it would have to be through the form of a simulation like the Cybergrind. But we already have simulations in the form of Cybergrind. That's why I don't think that... That's why. Bro, they could just simulate the entire thing. I think that's really lazy. I don't know. It's just not a fun theory. And like, yeah, you can assume that, but it's just not fun compared to it being more lore connected, you know? By the way, I beat both Gabriel's fights by only punching coins in his face a few days ago. Congratulations. Congratulations. Coma theory. Is this going to be the last? Again, yes, it's going to be the last. Okay, moving forward. Gabriel's fate. I think he's going to die. This is, again, I put this in the speculative because I don't think it's true. Or because there's still technically not enough evidence to support a character's death. But I feel like there's enough evidence to assume that it's going to happen. His character is fully realized at this point of the game. He's finally his own person. He finally learned he finally has something to actually drive. He actually has a drive, a reason to do the things that he's doing, rather than just being a tool for the council. Freedom was basically the whole character arc of his entire character. He realized it. He realized it in Gluttony, and then he really considered it in Heresy. Usually when a character is complete, usually when they reach their climax, they fucking die. And I think Gabriel's gonna die because there's nothing else to his character. I think it's also further supported because regardless of the fight, regardless if he does die, or if he wins against V1, he's still going to die because he only has less than 24 hours to live at this point. Hold on, let me, Oh, yeah, and another thing, remember the concept, the theme that I said Minos set for the rest of the game, which was like, this world is unforgiving, there's no happy endings for anyone in this story. I don't think Gabriel's going to have a happy story either. I don't think anyone's going to have a happy story in this game at all. And again, that includes Gabriel. So yeah. Wait, what if the terminals wasn't originally bored, but being in hell for so long, hell's boredom bleeds into the terminals? Maybe? I mean, you would have to assume that every being in hell would also have that bleeding into it, right? I don't know. I'll get to my idea about what terminals... Oh my god, wait! Guys, oh my god, I had a vision from when I was hungover drunk, when I was blackout drunk. I actually talk about the terminals. Wait, hold on. Anyone that has any theories involving the terminals, don't stop it right now. Trust me. Okay, I got this, okay? Let me lock in. Okay. Probably for a while, he said, until they release new content. Yeah. But I will still be making videos on it, Sierra. Don't worry. I have a couple videos, but in terms of streams, I'm probably going to move on to different games. Am I cooked, to be honest? Yeah, you should. Yeah, you are cooked. YouTube, that's what boredom is. Boredom is something that happens over time and not the moment we were born. Cough, cough. I know exactly what you're going to say. I will get there. Well, other being in hell can actually move and stuff. I mean, yeah, I guess. But they already made... Oh, God. Okay, whatever. I'll get into this, trust me. Chat, don't worry. I'm going to kill V1 and save everyone. Okay. Okay. This is the next theory I had that is a little bit more speculative. There was a huge debacle on my last video about Gluttony not being in the corpse of King Minos. And this all stemmed from this dev stream that I didn't watch because, again, I don't watch official videos because I wanted to go to this completely blind. And dev streams they're not really the most entertaining for me. There's like moments of clips that are entertaining, but other than that, it's just like the developers talking about the game, their passion that they've been making for their entire lives. But long story short, there was this idea that Gluttony is and isn't Minos. It's simply just how hell wants to present itself in that way. Wait, I think I said it in the comments. Hold on. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can make this a little bit, because this again, because this is more speculative, I'm gonna sound a little bit more crazy. Right? Okay, cool. Here, I'm just gonna read the comment that I put here about my opinions on the corpse of King Minos being Gluttony. So again, I will concede on the point that this isn't technically officially Minos. This isn't actually Minos in any way. Again, it is just how hell wants to present itself in that moment, level, and layer. But aside from that, I still think that hell wanted to present Gluttony as something similar to the inside of the corpse of King Minos in some way. It's fleshy, it's visceral, it's organic, and yes, it's called Gluttony, but this is also where the Prime 1 Sanctum was as well. So I think Hell, in some way, shape, or form, wants to hint of the corpse of King Minos in some way. What is it hinting at, though? What's like the big thing that it's hinting at? And that leads to another speculative theory of mine, I think. Drum roll. Hold on. Drum roll, drum roll. This is my big theory, chat. This is the big theory. This is the big crazy conspiracy that I can't fucking wrap my head around at all. I can't figure this shit out at all. But I know it's important. It's on the tip. It's not even on the tip of my tongue. It's like, it's on the part of my back I can't scratch because I'm so fucking inflexible because I'm so big and massive and I can lift a lot and I can deadlift a lot. That's the reason why. I swear to God. I swear to God. I can't figure out why eyes are important. But it all boils down to this idea of eyes being a window to the soul. But just hold on. So I want you to keep this side. I want you to. Oh no. All right. So eyes are important somehow, chat. I don't know how to describe it. I just know they're important. I know they're important some way. So a little bit about myself, chat. This is how every video that should be treated as scripture on my YouTube channel, this is how they're formatted. Yeah, this is how they're formatted, chat. Every single video has been in MS Paint the entire time. I will boil down this entire thing in this presentation. Okay, chat, I will boil down this entire scribble on a fucking whiteboard right now, chat, okay? What I noticed throughout the entire game is almost none of the enemies in Hell have eyes. No enemies have actual eyes. Husks don't have eyes, the Ferrymen are just skulls, the Insurrectionists, even Minos. I just realized also, like, the Prime Sanctums don't even have eyes as well. They have, like, eye sockets, but they don't actually have eyes. They don't have them in any way, right? But what I noticed are the enemies that do have eyes. Like, I started looking at people that do have eyes, or have contained them in some way, which were the flesh prisons, the flesh, what is it called? The Panopticon, the flesh Panopticon, and the gluttony, the level, just the gluttony layer, just having a bunch of eyes. These are probably the only instances I could think of that have eyes. The only other one that is present, I think, is in. I think the only one that's present is in that trailer in Fraud of those angels. But I'll be honest, I don't think those are fucking angels. I don't think those are angels at all. I think those are just angels disguised as. I think those are demons disguised as angels. Okay, I don't think they're real. I really don't. Because the layer is Fraud. You know what I'm saying? Because like those things are not angels. Those are not biblically accurate angels. Those are just devils in disguise. I promise you. Anyways, these things are the only things that have eyes. And all of these things are somewhat or closely related to the idea of a soul, right? The flesh prison holds in a soul. The flesh panopticon holds in the soul and is also surrounded by eyes. And this is why I think or why I thought we were in the flesh of King Minos, because we constantly kept seeing eyes. We kept constantly seeing these things, these eyes just watching us over and over again. And I think, how do I describe this? Okay, I'm gonna MS Paint this. So basically, this was my first interpretation. This was my first interpretation. So basically, this is Minos Prime, right? This is Minos Prime. This is Minos Prime right here. He's stuck inside the flesh prison. And then on top of the flesh prison, he's stuck inside the corpse of the flesh corpse, or the Minos corpse, MC. I think this is how it went, and this is why I thought we were in. This is why I assumed that we were, like, with undeniable proof inside the corpse of King Minos, right? Because the corpse was also meant to contain this prime soul within the flesh prison. You know what I'm saying? What enemy? The corpse of King Minos. The big thing, the big tall standy thing. Hold on. So if this is the corpse, this is the flesh prison with its like eye and whatnot, and then there's Minos Prime. Big Johnny, you mean the fucking funny one? You mean the funny one? Oh, yes, Ches, thank you. I have, okay, Ches, we're on the same wavelength here, okay? We're just keep that idea in mind that it's a robot, okay? Okay. But, like, this is why I assumed that this was we were inside the corpse of King Minos. Because every time a soul is, every time something is used to contain a soul, it has eyes. So I assumed that we were inside the corpse of King Minos. Because the corpse of King Minos was containing the flesh prison, which was containing Minos Prime. Okay, but instead, it wasn't. It was just how Hell wanted to present itself. But even though that's just how Hell wanted to present itself, I still think Hell at this point was trying to hint at the presence of King Minos because of all the eyes. It wanted to hint at it in some way. Okay? It wanted to just simply hint at it. Hell is non-Euclidean, you aren't actually... Yeah, no, Haruka, you're literally describing what I said. It's literally... Well, Haruka said... Or Hakita, sorry, not Haruka. Hakita said in that stream... Hold on, I'll whip it out right now, chat. I'll whip it out right now. Hold on. Where's that video at? Where's that video?
After a while into the level, it's
this
like
this is a video that someone linked to me on that video.
We're finally about to reach the end of. We're about to reach the end of Act 1 and sort of hyping you up.
Hold on, it's not here. It's not here.
And stuff. Like, and yeah,
Machines'
like
eyes don't matter.
cool,
Yes, they do. My opinion, though. I'll get there in a second. Just trust me.
like this words, but it's kind of a. I think you get the.
Hold on. Just let me cook.
I don't know, ideas. Open sky despite being like below another layer. It's more like they're like
Trying to find it.
I don't know, ideas. Put into words.
Yeah, I like ideas, like right there, like here.
I don't know, ideas. Like the layers aren't really physical places, which is why also they can have like open sky despite being like below another layer. It's more like they're like I don't know, ideas.
There you go. Okay, but like there's somewhere in between the segment where he says it's both is and isn't Minos, based on what he just said right there, right? So I'm agreeing that this isn't Minos. This isn't actually physically Minos, even though we enter through his mouth before we go into this crescendo level. But what I'm saying is that Hell wants to hint of the corpse of King Minos in some way, right? That's the main takeaway from this entire layer. That's the main thing. Have I read the virtue terminal entries, like the secret, like the secret ones, the secret terminals of like God? Yeah, no, I went through that. I went through that already. But like, okay, but I'm gonna move forward because I don't want to lose my train of thought here. I'll read it later. I'll read whatever you're saying later. But like, okay, so Hell wants us to think or acknowledge that this is Minos in some way. He wants to hint at the idea of Minos in some way. And I think it's because it's also showing how important eyes are to the concept of soul, of like souls in this game. And that's all I'm trying to say. Does that make sense, chat? Does that make sense? So, given that Hell wants us to know that this is Minos in some way, I think that this is how Minos's prime soul was contained. All because of the eyes also helping it contain it in some way, shape, or form. These are eyes, by the way. I can't draw. Right? Eyes are constantly present within this entire thing, and I think you could, if we ever did see inside the corpse of King Minos, I bet it would be sprawling with eyes. I think it would be absolutely sprawling with eyes. But we'll never know because it is technically isn't the corpse of King Minos, and I'm willing to accept that. But Hell still wants us to acknowledge that Minos has eyes or is important in some way. Okay? And that's also why the Flesh Panopticon has eyes as well. That's why the only thing that we assume is hell is the only thing with eyes is the double pupil. So I'm assuming it's devilish or demonic in some way, shape, or form. This is the only thing with eyes, okay? But there is also something that technically has eyes as well. Oh, okay, I already... Machines! Machines can technically fucking see! They are the only thing that has any sort of resemblance to eyes. They see, not with eyes, but through optic sensors. But at the same... I sound fucking crazy here, chat. I told you, this is the big thing I can't put my fucking tongue on. But, like, robots are able to see through their optical lenses, and they have been proven to have emotion or a lingering consciousness in some way. Okay? They are the only enemies that are visibly able to see. Like, see. Like, Gabriel, maybe, we don't see anything beyond his mask, but I'm assuming he has eyes, right? Big Johnny, isn't he a robot? Someone said he was a robot, right? Also, I'm not taking the fucking joke characters as canon. You guys can pin me to the stick. I don't know. Hold on. Hold on. Is there anything, like... He's literally, okay, he's literally used as a lore drop. He's literally used just as a lore drop in a funny joke from the developers, right? I mean, what is it? Yeah, okay, I'm not taking his presence in the game as canon. I'm sorry. I'm not, I don't know. I just don't think it has enough substance to assume that, like, I don't know. It's just like, they have lore somewhat. Isn't wielding his reference from the dust. He's a callback to another game. I'm not considering this super important, okay, to the theory, okay? Except for something wicked. I agree with that. Let me see. They all probably could see. If husks were blind, they couldn't fight you. I thought they were just kind of hearing us, right? I thought that's what the lore was. I might have read that wrong. Types of husks. Lesser husks. Filth. Terminal data. I thought I read that they just kind of lunge at you. Well, I guess it wasn't. I thought they just lunge at you, though. I thought they just kind of hear you and just, like, kind of, like, jump at you. Oh, here, terminal data. Even, most, hold on. I guess not. I swear to God, I thought I saw something. Read virtue entry. What's a virtue entry? I'll probably see. Druid Knight and his owl also have very visible eyes. Hell finds them important. Boo, Big Johnny is in all New Blood games. By the way, Something Wicked... Yeah. Something Wicked is canon. I agree with that. Well, what are these, I was talking to Haruka? Okay. As a terminal data... Oh, yeah, what's important about them, though? Why'd you want me to read them? Okay, I'm gonna resume. Okay. Oh my god, wait, did I not finish the fucking... I didn't finish the presentation! It's been 63 slides. I didn't finish the presentation! Oh my god, Sensei Wu, why could you be so fucking lazy? Okay, I guess we're doing this off the books here. We're doing this off the books. It has eye lore. I think those are more considered eye sockets. Skulls have no eyes. Yeah, skulls have no eyes. He's very prepared. Sensei Wu wasn't prepared. I'm just reading whatever Sensei Wu said on that fucking drunken night, okay? That's it. That's all. That's it. Zilch. professor. I have other classes. Okay, I'll make it long. I'll make a long story short because again, it wasn't even super like developed in the first place. This is still on the speculative side. I think another way. How do I describe this? I think just the ability to see in general is what's important to have a soul, basically. I think just the ability to see in general is what's super important. I also think that's why machines have some sort of like consciousness as well, because they don't have eyes, but I think they have more optical lenses that are able to perceive like light and like colors. It's like stuff like that. It's Shadow. Did you miss me? Not really. But welcome in, Shadow. Welcome in, Shadow. Kidding. How are you doing? How are you doing? But yeah, no. That's... Oh, God. There's something about eyes, dude. You know that movie 23? Where this guy just sees the number 23 everywhere? 67. Now it's 67. But, like... there's something with eyes! I just don't know. And there's something important to machines, too! I know it. And I think like, even this, like, flash scene when we die, too, sometimes you get, like, a freeze frame of hell, like, right before you die. And I think that's just, like, him also taking your life or resetting you or taking your soul. Something on the lines of that, chat. There's something important to this. Professor, you don't need to scream, Lem Dokes. I know eyes are a window to the soul, but I just can't prove it. Like a lizard on ice. Motherfucker. Wait. Surprise, motherfucker. I did it! Head crush. Ah! That one hurt. And it spilled all over my fucking... It spilled all over my body. I think that's all I have to say for this stream. I think this is it. My brain hurts. I've been talking for 3 hours. But yeah. Any questions? Any questions? I'm willing to take questions from the class here. Insert cash or select payment type. Enraged Maurice. What about it? When is homework due? Tomorrow midnight. I'll open it after stream. English or Spanish? Ude XP anle I onde oni either English way up I one einde ke English way it's a einde ke ikpe anle up I amne are a urshe. Enraged Maurice has eyes. Okay. You mean the fucking stone? No, its eyes, where its eyes would be just lights up. It's not his actual eyes. If you think that's his actual eyes, you also think that Sisyphus Prime also has eyes here too. But no, it's just his eye sockets. It's a fucking rock. Yeah, it's a rock. It's not his actual eyes. It's just the part of his things. It's just the part of it that lights up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think it's like his actual eyes. Yeah, sorry to rain on your parade. I'm touched by the... Oh, by the way, chat! Yeah, Haruka, right there. And I think their name is, like, Noob in my Discord. They are the person that made the Miku Prime or the Miku Prime and the Teto Prime. And once P3 comes out, the Neru Prime. Oh, shit. So, like, once, check their art out. They're awesome. They don't commission, though. They said they're not in that phase of their art career yet. Don't touch it. Don't touch, everyone. I beg you. Yeah, any question? I can't. I turned off the Wordle and the Sans Redeem so I don't lose my momentum, even though I've been streaming for 3 hours fucking straight. But the virtue view data says virtues who have go to hell have their eyes removed or are hidden, and that... Wait, what? The virtues who go to hell have the eyes removed or hidden, and the only thing in hell with eyes was King Minos until he died. Wasn't he blind, though? Oh, no, he didn't see. No, he didn't see. Wait, no. Oh, no, he constantly blinded himself so he wouldn't see. I'll give you a refund. Yeah, even here, he wasn't... It's like hell doesn't... I think I got it. It's like hell doesn't want anyone to know what's inside hell. The only reason why... I got it! I got it! I got it! Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Machine... Okay. Oh my god. Ah! Alright. I don't think an alive soul can enter hell. I don't think so. And usually, eyes are a window to the soul, and that's why soul... Either eyesight or eyes are taken away entirely, right? But the reason why machines can see is because they're not eyes, they're optical lenses. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I'm profan. I think I'm profaning. I think I'm profaning. I think I'm profaning. I think ibuprofen. I think ibuprofen. I think ibuprofen. Flesh prisons have feelings too. I think these are literally just used to contain a soul. I said this before. God doesn't want people to witness hell. Maybe? I like the idea that... I don't think God had any remorse for the sinners in heaven. Or the sinners in hell. Because, like, if God was so angry at humanity that it created hell, so why would it want to be remorseful there and take its eyes to not see hell? I think hell is taking souls in the form of eyes. Again, eyes are the window to the soul. That's what I think. Again, it's just like, there's just something that I couldn't put my finger on until you said that terminal entry. Thank you for supporting my idea even more. But the virtue terminus says specifically Minos kept his eyes to judge. I don't know. I mean, he kept his eyes, but he blinded himself. Like, he wasn't allowed to see. He may be... I'll just say whatever. Maybe he did still have his eyes. I don't really care. But he still covered his eyes. He still took... His eyesight was still taken away. His eyesight. The ability to see in general. That's what I meant. The ability to see in general. By Molten Gold. I'm not religious. God was so frustrated that he blinded everyone. They're not to witness the horrors. I like to think that he was just so ashamed that he didn't do anything else to it. Funny how we can't see your eyes. Alright, yeah, no, I'm ending stream. Brother goddess, we gotta go. Alright, let's go. I gotta go. Sisyphus was blind with molten gold, not Minos. But still, regardless, every depiction of Minos, of Sisyphus, of all the prime beings, have their eyesight covered in some way. Their eyesight, their vision was somehow covered or lost in some way, shape, or form. Dear God. It's always been hell. I'm proud of the new people. Yeah, same here. Lemoyne, wait. Alright, I'm waiting. Any of you viewers, welcome in. Do you hear that? If you redeem a Sans, I also canceled that too. I'm sorry. The Sans redeem will be back after this stream. Don't you worry. Again, the only yeah, I don't know. It's like a beep. Professor. Yes, Ben. Yes, Ben. This is basically the end of the stream. I'm probably going to figure out who to raid in a second. But yeah, that is my opinion on all the characters, the lore. If I was right, by all means, go ahead and say it now. This will be a video on YouTube if it is coherent enough. I'm sure I rambled too much during the character part, so I might take a lot of that out. But, like, if you have any other interpretations, by all means, this is your best chance to rate, spam it before... Professor, I have a gun. We're in America, brother. I'm packing too. You want to see who quick draws the... Oh, too late. You're done. Professor, will you send the presentation in Discord? Yes, I will. All the notes will be on the Discord. But other than that, hopefully you guys like the stream. This is a little bit different compared to what I've done before in the past. I've honestly really... Alright, thank you for the redeem aviation. This was a really fun stream. I'll be honest, chat, if I was more prepared, this would have gone a lot more smoother. I think the next time I do a stream that's less gaming orientated and more yapping orientated like this, I'll be more prepared and I'll focus less on chat. But how'd you guys like this stream? I liked it personally, but I will admit I did ramble and sidetrack a lot. I will concede on that point. Lemon, what's your next hyperfixation? Minecraft for 2 weeks, and then I'm probably gonna be playing Hollow Knight. Power scaling son or shipping daughter? If the daughter was shipping anyone with anyone, I know that's my fucking daughter, okay? That's how we would bond, okay? A power scaling son has no fucking brain cell. It's... Shadow, just look at yourself in the mirror. Do you really think you're a smart individual? No, because you power scale, okay? Or me as a son. Shipping daughter all the way. What the fuck? Super hell or heaven? What the fuck is going on here? About the eye thing. Even their prime version doesn't have eyes. Minos has his face cut off, and Minos is... Exactly, yeah. Oh, God. It's just like, literally everything that enters hell. Hell takes for some certain reason, because at the end of the day, the most important phrase, eyes are a window to the soul in some way. Vision, eyesight, some sort of vision is important. But the reason why machines are able to see, the reason why B1 we are able to see, is because it's less as an eye, but more of like analyzing what's, like, seeing light and interpreting it as eyesight, if that makes sense. That's what I said. That's what I mean. Shadow's the sun all the way. You said you say that as yourself. Is that like a self-cess thing? Well, I like lem-cess, so I can't really say anything. I ship and power scale and more. Okay. Lemon, remember the refund. I will remember. Oh, by the way, I will extend the horror redeem the next time I stream. I will extend it for 1 more week because I did take a week break. I think it's fair that you guys get 1 more week to do it. Power scaling can be cool, but high/low ball. I just don't think it's a productive... Okay, actually, fuck it, chat. Let's just start talking. Let's just start yapping. I just don't think it's a productive thing at all. I think power scaling different characters in different animes or medias is as not mind-numbing as YouTube drama. I love watching YouTube drama. I love watching it like... I love this YouTuber. Check him out. They're called Papa Gut. He's one of my favorite, like, just YouTube drama YouTubers. He just watches it, and he knows he watches just, like, the garbage. And he loves watching the garbage. He loves analyzing the drama. And... power scaling is what that is, but in anime form. I'm sorry. Face reveal. No. This is my face. Look how beautiful I am. If I show my face, it would be the same reaction as looking at a biblically accurate angel. You would go crazy because of how attractive I am. And my bulging muscles. Everyone redeem, including Ryuji. Extend horror stream. Fix kazoo model. I kind of like how the kazoo model is moving. See? V2 is going to get revived in fraud. Shipping is also not productive. Yeah, but it's also cooler, okay? And there's no okay, there's arguments in between. But I feel like there is a better... Ah! It's more fun! I'm timing you out. Who said that? Who said that? How dare you shatter my reality? V2 is a pile of blood. It just... Yeah, I don't know. V2... I said this... I'll just go back. V2 is simply just the... It sets the tone for all the bosses moving forward. V2 is the thing that sets the tone for all of the bosses. To look deeper into the lore of them, to what to expect in terms of difficulty for the rest of the game. And the moment that surprise is gone, V2 completed her purpose, and she's fucking done. Street Flare Yuri, let's go. Show your bitch ass up. I ship the Street Cleaner and the Mind Flare. Yeah, I mean, Yuri all the way. See, Shadow? Everyone is my shipping daughter. Everyone in my chat is a shipping daughter. Are you hating? Do you hate my chat? Do you hate my chat? Hey, everyone! Shadow hates all of you. And Shadow wants you to fucking die. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. His address is... I'm kidding. He fucking hates you. He fucking hates you. Misgendering everyone. I might. I'm really bad at it. That's why I like using bro and they. But the moment I start shipping with Yuri and Yaoi in mind, I start fucking up. I'm sorry. Shipping is lust. Power scaling is wrath. Elitism is pride. What other deadly fandom sins? Let me think. Oh, that's actually a good one. is wait, hold on. I don't know. Mino Sissy Pissy Yowie. What? Sissy Piss Yowie? That sounds like an AO3 tag. What the fuck is going on? Oh, hold on. What if I'm the mom? What the skug? Man, I'm dying now. Okay, good night. Have a great rest of your night, Critical. It was awesome having you, okay? I'm probably going to end stream soon anyways. I'm probably going to raid. I still don't know how to raid on YouTube, but I'll figure out after this stream, okay? Lemoyne, Lol, X Sensei, Woo, Yuri, Wen. I already have self-cessed. I already have a self-cessed, redeem. Hold on. I already have a self-cessed. I'll redeem it myself. Hold on. Who are you rating? I'm not sure yet. I like to rate someone with the same amount of followers as yours truly. Because someone did it to me and it was awesome. You Eurofied yourself? No, my chat Eurofied me, and I love myself enough to embrace the self-cessed, okay? It's called lemcessed. Hold on. There you go. It's awesome, isn't it? Don't I look cool? Don't I look awesome sauce? Yeah, yes, Lemoynet. Wait, it already existed? Brother, for a person as prideful and awesome as myself, of course there's been self-cessed of myself on fan art, okay? Come on, I'm fucking great. Lemon-chan, alright, Lemoynet. It's Lemoynet, get your fucking name straight. Oh yeah, you're new to chat. Yeah, no, this is it. Oh my god. I think, okay, I'll be honest, chat, okay, this is where the video ends, by the way. Bye, chat! Okay, cool. I don't have an outro. Okay, bye. How'd you guys like the stream? How'd you guys like the stream? I understand I derailed a lot and I wasn't really fully prepared. The next time I do a stream similar to this that is less, like, gaming focused and more just, like, talking focused, I will be a little bit better at being less sidetracked and being a little bit more, I don't know, streamlined. Peak stream, it was good. Ass couldn't redeem Sans. Okay, yeah, I'm willing to admit that, yeah. Sans is like the thing that makes me popular. Am I right or am I right, lads? I give it a... Okay, I'm not reading that. I'm actually going to time you out because of that. Wish I could have talked more. Fred, don't worry about it. There's a lot of stuff going on in your life, my lady, alright? You're all good. You're right, lad. I know I'm right, lad. Alright, cool. I feel like the only coherent part of the stream was Sisyphus, because he's so cool. Sisyphus is my favorite character. Not in terms of the plot. In terms of the plot, in terms of, like, the narrative as a whole, Minos is probably the most important character in the game. I've said this before. But, like, Sisyphus is just a fucking G, dude. This guy is awesome. But, okay, I'm glad that you guys, I'm glad you guys like the stream. I'm glad you guys like the stream, though, regardless. I'm going to end it here. Twitch, if you guys could stay for just a couple more minutes, I'm going to go thank everyone that's been in chat here real quick. Please hold. Alright, let's see if I can do it. There's a lot of people that joined today, so if I miss anyone, I apologize. Alright, let's do this, chat. Let's do this. Haruka, Brother, Ches, Critical, Siriz. If I mispronounce your name, I'm doing it on purpose. Brother, Ben, Hack, Frit. Stop moving the chat! Ches, Haruka, Fred, I already said that. Aviation, let me see, who else was in here? Critical, I think, was in here. Says I already said your name. Shadow, thank you guys for joining. Who else was in here? Who else was in here? I was about to say Dano, Rip Dano. Ops was in here for a quick second and just donated and left. What a fucking awesome, what a G. You guys should follow the example. Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money. No, I'm kidding, kind of. Cancerous Rodent, if you're still in here, thank you for watching. HRM Games, that was awesome for you to join. KK Gamer, you were in here. I know we didn't meet eye to eye. And we still don't. But I respect your theories for existing. That's such a backhanded compliment. Equixie, I know you're watching the VOD. I'm in your walls, I'm in your walls, I'm in your walls. Tem, thank you for showing up. I think that's it. Did I miss anyone? I probably did. I apologize if I did. YouTube, have a great rest of your night. Take care. Thank you for all the follows from Twitch and YouTube. Subscribing from YouTube. But yeah, I'm ending the stream on Twitch. If you guys want to watch me raid, go on Twitch. Lemoyne TTV. Oh, wait. Alright, cool. Yeah, alright, YouTube ended. You could